gentlemen, welcome once again to the No Sell Podcast. No Sell Entertainment's weekly review show of all things wrestling. And let's get a little sports built into this week, I think, because there was nothing really big going on in wrestling. So we got an all-star panel here because the Pro Bowl was this week.
Fuck you.
Do you guys feel like we forgot something to watch something today?
Let's see here. Okay, so we had Raw.
Yeah, I watched that.
SmackDown.
Watch that.
Yep.
205 Live.
Got that.
NXT.
Got that.
There was a Takeover.
Watch that. That was great. No.
No, I didn't watch that. The Road to New Beginnings from New Japan.
I haven't got to that yet.
The Australian Open.
That's so early in the morning. I'm not waking up for that.
I'm trying to think. Was there something we were supposed to remember?
I feel like there was a commercial all week saying remember something. I don't.
The Alamo.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what San Antonio was about.
Pee Wee Herman.
Hey. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Why?
The Rumble was this weekend.
That was so forced on all of your parts. That was terrible.
You did nothing.
Exactly. I wanted no part of that.
There's certain things that just have to be forced in life. Much like
Your
the
love
force
life.
of a generation, the Onitoshi Jeff Madden.
Nothing was more forced than who came in at 30 tonight.
Does that mean he's gonna do something to a girl unwillingly?
No!
Oh, wow.
Wow!
I
No!
was waiting for someone to go there.
Yeah.
I do not know how to use the Black Dahlia.
Or his
Just as Vince will force Roman on you.
We've already gone off the rails.
Wow! And this is what, the biggest cast ever.
That's not even kind of true.
This is the biggest cast we've had here.
We've done 5 before.
Yeah.
Yes, that's tied for the biggest cast ever.
You said this is the biggest cast ever.
It's tied for it, so it is.
Are we going to have to, low-key, are we going to have to take 2 on a second podcast?
No, we are not. Because that's the Sheen Machine, Joseph Lessel.
It's now dashing again.
Boo!
Why? Go to hell. Get out of here.
Did something happen in one of the other podcasts I don't listen to?
I support it.
Don't worry
Who
about
the
it.
fuck was that?
Yeah.
Well, that is the Savior Richard Marticelli.
Heyo.
You want him to get top billing over you?
Slowly but surely, I'm going to steal everyone's gimmick here, so I'm stealing Joe's Heyo this week.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
We got the Human Wrestling Database, Corey Mack.
I told all of you fuckers, nobody took me seriously.
First of all,
You spoiler alert!
I think if we go back and listen to the only thing that's on the air, and I think we stick by those, right? That's what we stick to?
I have to keep a promise. I talked to Corey last night after watching NXT Takeover, and he laid out everything that was going to happen, and he was fucking right. And I said that if it went the way he
put
said
Roman in.
online,
No, that part
I'll say that part no, but when it came to winning and everything like that, I said if it went to his way, I would make sure I said so on the podcast. I bow down to the greatness that is
I am
Human
the
Wrestling Database.
man. I am the master. I am the ruler of the hold on, let's do that again.
You're the Ahmed Johnson.
I screwed up.
Even
Take
picking
2.
that part right, you still didn't win the picks this week.
Yeah, I kind of got a couple other things wrong. I worked myself into a shoot on a couple of occasions.
I can't wait to tell the pre-show story.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little later on because we have a very special guest with us this week. For some reason,
He doesn't have a nickname.
we have brought my arch nemesis onto the show.
I thought he was going to be known as the chairman.
Oh, yeah.
The chairman is.
It's to keep you in line, slapnuts.
That's worked so well so far in the first 5 minutes of this show.
We're out of control.
Oh, we definitely
It's only
are.
been 4
It would have
minutes.
been worse an hour ago.
Oh, unconsolably.
The rage has come down a lot.
But we have brought the man who has put out more tweets about this show than anybody else. The man who's listened to this show. Yeah, let's be perfectly honest. The man who has listened to the show more than anybody else.
I don't know. Evansville, Indiana loves us.
Fuck
I'll say-
Evansville. Fuck Mountain View, California.
Oh, shit.
Fuck them.
Shoot on everybody.
Already pulling the rivalries. All
I
right.
get the feeling he's going to fit in quite well here.
I think this is going to go quite well. Mr. Booble, welcome to the No Sell Podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That sports guy.
Not anymore.
Oh, not anymore?
It's empty Wooble.
MT. Okay.
Also, we don't pub
man.
those till the end of the show.
Hey, I'll pub that one WordPress that he did on us over and over again. because it made us all look like fucking great people. Which
If you're
we're
gonna
not.
pub that anywhere, pub it on a brand new website.
You mean NoCellEntertainment.com?
What was that?
NoCellEntertainment.com.
Man, that sounds like a place I'd want to go.
I know, it's probably got like...
Does it
wonderful-
have just fan fiction?
No, that's I mean, that's in the about to happen section.
Oh, alright.
For anybody, for all you single ladies out there, there is a picture of the Toshi in all of his glory.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
There you go. So, gentlemen, we probably should talk about wrestling at some point on this podcast.
I don't even know what this podcast is about anymore.
Of course, we had all the fun with the Rumble tonight. We'll get to that later on, as well as NXT Takeover San Antonio.
There was a Rumble tonight?
Did you not remember?
No, I forgot.
I watched the Pro Bowl instead.
I was watching the
Corey's getting mad at our joke about this now.
Blazers and the Golden State Warriors. But let's go ahead and get through the week that was really quick before we get to the fun stuff that was this weekend.
Okay.
We had our go-home shows, of course. First up was Raw. It was on Mondays.
Good show. Good show.
It had moments.
Did he just do a Byron Saxton impersonation? That's
Yes.
Raws on Mondays.
Yes, I was going for more of a Percy Watson personally, but
Hopefully he
No,
does
I
it.
didn't
I
say,
hope,
who's that guy?
hopefully he does an Otunga one. He's like, well, it's SmackDown. It's Tuesday, so yeah.
so gentlemen, Raw, Ricky, you said it was a pretty good go-home show.
I thought it was the best show they've had this year so far. I mean, that's not saying much, but I thought it was a very strong showing for Raw.
What was kind of the biggest takeaway for you, though?
I really liked the amazingly enough, the person who bitches about multi-tag matches all the time. The 4v4 man match, really good build. I mean, why do you call yourself big? It's like me calling myself handsome Rusev. Like that, oh god, it was just fucking hysterical. The Nia Sasha build was good to me. The weird Charlotte and Bayley not being on TV was a little weird.
As that's the one that's actually going to be on the pay-per-view, not the pre-show match, which I guess they at least needed to let us know that there was going to be a pre-show match.
Corey got what he always loves, the last match being between one of Roman, Jericho, Reigns, I said Reigns twice, Seth or
Well,
KO.
it's because they're just going to shove him down your throat as many times as it takes in a show.
We should be getting that at the house show next week.
God damn
Very
it.
true.
But the thing that really sold Raw was the ending segment. So you have Goldberg come out fucking concussed because he hit the door too hard.
I'll say nice little trickle of blood coming from the forehead.
Had to restart his thing twice to get it out,
Allegedly, Vince was pissed as fuck about that.
supposedly.
God damn it, Pally.
Then Brock out of nowhere in the middle of it. Didn't see that coming. That wasn't rumored at all. And then the dong hit. And then Taker showed up in the middle of the ring.
I got a chance to see this part of it. Watch the...
Wait, you don't watch Raw?
I didn't get a chance to watch Raw this week, no.
He doesn't watch anything. He doesn't listen to our entertainment. He doesn't watch the shows he's supposed to watch.
I watched the ones for the other shows.
Worst host ever.
149 combined years in that ring to finish off Raw on Monday.
It brought chills. It was a great segment.
And there's that view of Undertaker looks at Brock and it's like, I remember those matches.
Apparently there was epic boos to that.
And
I
then,
heard him.
And then you get the moment where you get the stare down between the Undertaker and Goldberg. And all of a sudden, my childhood just rises up. It's like, okay, this is what I've wanted to see for the last 20 years.
Do you call your penis your childhood?
No. No, I don't.
No, we talked about this earlier. We named it after our friends.
So,
I'll let you all find it out over which was the real one.
That'll be a cue
I
joke.
want nothing to do with that.
We kept family out of it, man.
Yes.
But, no, this was an absolutely epic moment that, I mean, you kind of saw that this was the way they were going to sell this, but no, I still loved it.
The point that was brought up that I found really funny was that, because, on TV, it was fine. It cut out, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
What had that been for like the crowd who was there? Just watch these guys probably leave one at a time and nothing happens.
Boo! That's
Like-
what I'd have done.
That had to be weird for them, right?
Yeah, so that's a weird leave off. So the other thing I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on was the whole Sammy and Seth fighting for the spot in the Rumble.
It's a damn good match.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really good match.
And I called the ending super hard.
In retrospect, it should have been fairly obvious that Triple H's music was going to hit.
Man, but it was a fantastic match. It's amazing what happens when you give guys who are super great technical wrestlers time to be super great technical wrestlers.
And that led to a lot more fun later in the week. But we'll get to that as we go forth.
It's like the only thing good he does on this show is segues.
I do my best. I try. Is there anything that we just want to just bash on from Raw? Anything that was just abhorrent to you guys?
No, like that's why I watched the Hulu version, so they cut out all the really terrible shit.
There wasn't anything that was epically horrible this week.
I actually
that I can
hated
remember.
Corey Graves as a sit-down interviewer. I thought that was terrible.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
interviews weren't great.
Yeah,
Bailey's was just bad, and Charlotte's was decent because it's Charlotte's. But Corey Graves didn't help at all in the segments.
Bailey has been awkward as fuck.
It's not working as well as I hoped it would.
At this point, I have to pull back, and she shouldn't get the belt at Mania at this point. It hasn't been good. I mean, it could change in the lead up to Mania, but the lead up now has not been good enough.
She hasn't been the Bailey people know since she's been on.
It seemed like the spot's
main
been
roster.
too big for her.
Yeah,
I was like,
she's
kind of the
comfortable.
deer in the headlights kind of look a couple times.
Come on, guys, I want to talk about the Survivor Series.
Hey,
Come on.
wants a Bailey.
Oh, thanks, guys, but I really want to talk about Survivor Series.
Hey, we want some Bailey.
Yeah, shut the
Yeah.
Come on,
Totally
guys.
rattled.
Yeah.
So with Raw out of the way, we'll move to the next night and
So
SmackDown.
Tuesday, right?
That would be the next night, Joe. Good
Thanks.
job.
Is that how days go?
Oh, no, I don't know.
No, we
Our
skipped
tongue will work.
Are we not going to get to Slevin Day?
with the current administration. We don't know, but we'll put that off for another podcast.
I'll say, here, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck all of them.
Yeah.
Should we
Kill Whitey!
Anarchy! Anarchy!
now should we say the same thing about SmackDown's Go Home show?
To kill it? No, that's too far. It's just wrestling.
I thought it was decent, but nothing outstanding. It was just...
It felt like a lot of filler. Whereas Raw felt like it was actually building to something, I felt like SmackDown was just kind of like, we gotta do something before the Rumble match.
It's kind of felt like that on SmackDown since Road Dogg took over writing.
Yeah, that was a weird switch to go from the guy who had booked NXT or written NXT and had done a fairly good job with SmackDown to switch to Road Dogg while you're succeeding.
I hated the Lumberjack match. Nothing about that did anything for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it kind of teased the Ambrose Corbin thing that they then teased a little further in the Rumble, but
But say you had your let's have a Rumble before the Rumble to put over the fact that there's a Rumble to get the last spot in the Rumble.
Oh, hey, look,
How much Rumble do we want to talk about?
here's another chance to bury fucking Simon Gotch.
Well, I saw this battle royal and it was like Breezango, Ascension,
Vaudevillains.
Kurt Hawkins, Rhino, Heath Slater, and Mojo. I'm like, Mojo's gonna win.
He's only the one of the two guys who's not in a tag team.
And we're not gonna face the facts this Sunday.
I would have much rather had Heath Slater in the Royal Rumble than the guy who came in at 30.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Rhino?
Yeah, Rhino.
But, Mojo gets a spot. Adrian English needs to distance himself possibly right now from Simon Gotch.
Also, Aiden English. Needs to be there, too.
Sorry,
His twin.
Adrian English.
Adrian Hayden.
My apologies to Mr. English.
Why did they not pull the trigger to
He
break up?
He really doesn't watch the product at all.
Nope, no, he really doesn't. When are they just going to pull the trigger on the Heath Slater Rhino match that needs to just happen to
Well,
end that?
they were going to, and then Zack Ryder went gimpy, and they're like, well, fuck, we can't just blow up every fucking team at once.
Which is why someone who did something this week might get called up. Who knows?
We'll see into that one. Then, of course, you had Orton and Harper, kind of the Wyatt family implodes, but should be bringing them back together was Wyatt's idea.
I did like that. That was one
was a
thing
good,
I
decent
did.
match.
I enjoyed from SmackDown.
The very end, Orton wins, and then Harper eats Sister Abigail.
It was a pretty cool RKO too.
Harper ate Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
And then, Cena
Tastes like
went,
chicken.
Cena went
Crab chicken.
bitched and moaned and pissed and cried about negative comments.
All right,
about
you really want to get into this thing, so please, Corey, pontificate on Cena's
I am
promo.
not one to flick John Cena a lot of shit about promos. Unless when he does corny jokes.
Except last week's, those were funny.
And that was not the case here. Instead, he just went petulant, entitled star, upset that he's not getting his way. And it seemed like the comments made by Alex Riley and Ryback lately about how he's a fucking cancer in the locker room, which, let's consider the sources. I mean, It's been 15 years? We've heard 2 people say that and they're bitter. So, consider the sources. But for the first time, it seems to have gotten under his skin a little bit. Because all of a sudden, some of those points you were making had nothing to do with fucking AJ Styles at all. And then he brought it back around to the indie thing to save it. But I was like, this is just pissed off, bitchy Cena, unhappy with what people are saying about him.
I also epically hated the line of "You're holding that belt because I let you." It's like he wrecked you in 2 matches. What the
Right?
fuck are you talking about?
All he did, ironically, he did in that promo to AJ what they bitched about him doing to them that he didn't really do on TV at least. Who knows what happened behind the scenes? I don't care, to be honest with you. But on air, he did exactly what they bitched about. He totally fucking cut AJ's balls off in that promo.
AJ legitimately, to me, looked taken back during it. Like he didn't
It was
see,
like,
he didn't see that coming. He was
Wait,
like,
what?
what are you doing?
Like,
Because he tried to save it a few times. I felt like
Yeah.
to try to take it back towards the
and
rivalry.
the one time Cena just cut him right off
Yeah,
and just kept going. And it was like, okay.
I was like, this is getting weird.
You've obviously got some things you need to work through here,
Yeah,
John.
to be honest with you, this is just my personal thoughts. I could be way off. I think all of the part-time comments are getting to him.
Well, I also
Because he
think
keeps going back to 2 in the promos.
yeah,
I'm not part-time. I go until they tell me to stop. No, you're going into another shit now.
No, you are.
You are
part-time.
exactly what you called The Rock out for.
Well, and also
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
it's the stuff coming back about calling him a hypocrite now for saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, The Rock's fine." Well, it's like you're just saying that because you are becoming that.
Exactly.
For the record, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. If you have the opportunity to go do that shit, why wouldn't you? Right? So, it's not like I'm sitting here going, hypocrite, no. Yeah, and it's just like, but if that's what you're going to do, own up to it.
I'll say it's perfect, especially at the time he is in his career. He gets some time off to rest. He gets to
Yeah.
have fun, make a little bit more money.
Plan a wedding.
I can't wait for my booking of that to come true and you guys to just bitch and moan about it.
If that happens,
It's fine.
in the
You're
ring
booking.
at
He's
Mania,
booking Rumble. You're booking a Total Divas.
I nailed that Total Divas booking.
If that happens in the ring at Mania, that'll make last year's look good, and I will be. You thought I was
First of all, sir, nothing can make last year's look good.
that could.
No.
Wait until that fucking podcast after that fucking show. If that happens,
Marital talk.
I like how we're not
Seller.
discussing anything that's actually been referenced. It's all inside talk at the moment. No one will know what we're talking
you
about.
don't need to know. Shut your fucking pie holes.
And that's why.
Corey's gone heel. He's joined me.
He's talking to you, Mountain View.
Well, okay, so Corey,
But not the fine
obviously,
folks in Evansville, Indiana.
obviously you do not like
You rule.
you do not like the promo.
I liked parts of it, and I liked where they were going, but I do think Cena got a little off kilter and a little into I need to get this stuff off my chest kind of thing.
I think we need a rebuttal to this.
Okay.
And for this, we go to Mr. Booble.
Every reason you hated the promo is the reason I loved the promo.
Yeah.
I think it was a truth teller, telling exactly how it is.
Don't we have one Cena mark on this show already?
Mr. TNA, who all of a sudden finds himself in a wonderful position, holding the show. I'm doing a fine job holding. I'm not disparaging AJ Styles, but everything Cena said is true. Everything he said is true. If Cena's here, he doesn't get that spot. He doesn't get it. He doesn't deserve it if Cena's here. He doesn't.
God. He is never invited back, ever.
He's doing something for 6 months. What does he say? He's doing it for 6 months. He's been doing it for 10 years.
AJ Styles has been main eventing things much
He's
longer
been
than
main
6
eventing
months.
Universal Studios for 10 years.
Hold on, can't forget Japan.
Yeah, he main evented Wrestle Kingdom, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The second biggest event that happens in the
Well, I
world
mean, it
after
was-
Mania.
that was a co-main event.
It was going event. It was also the best match of that year. Corey, would you like to quote Dan Aykroyd here?
Cool.
No, I'm not gonna. I've already used that one before.
Okay.
I would just say you should quit smoking crack.
I love crack.
First of all, why are we disparaging crack? That's not.
Honestly.
I'm not okay with this.
The fuck are we? We're defending crack now? This is what this has come to?
Alternative facts.
But mostly I love it is because he knew the exact reaction it would get, which is most everybody else in this room that's not me.
Yeah.
He knew he would get that exact reaction from everybody else. And that's exactly what he was trying to get, and he got it. 100% he got that reaction.
I didn't even hate the stuff against AJ.
He knew the indie line would crush people. And it did.
That's not what I cared about.
It's the other stuff. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so you're butt hurt that people think you're a cancer, and you're butt hurt people think you're part time.
like the saying I'm not built for the
So
indies. Like that's probably true. John Cena
He's
wouldn't
not.
do well on
he
the
would,
indies.
He would be terrible on the
But
indies.
he is fantastic in the That's
Yeah.
completely correct.
He's a bodybuilder who
The-
took copious amounts of steroids to look the way he looks. That's he's
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fuck you. John Cena, you took steroids.
Allegedly.
Just
Can't
gonna
say he
throw
did.
that one out
Can't
there.
say he did.
You can't say he didn't. He looks like that. Yeah, Batista didn't take steroids either.
Allegedly.
Triple H has never done steroids.
Allegedly.
You're gonna tell me Scott Steiner took steroids?
Hell yes, he did.
In the Steiner's theme song, they don't take drugs.
Allegedly. Good God, if we ever got popular, we're gonna get sued in a goddamn Met.
And
Oh, God.
you're gonna tell me Hulk Hogan didn't take steroids?
Copious amounts of steroids.
Allegedly.
Rick
Actually,
Rude?
I think that when he was in trial, he said he took steroids. That was actually legit.
In my recollection, WWE has never been sued for steroids.
There was only a big federal trial.
What?
That's not allegedly. That happened.
Witch hunts.
Alternative facts, folks. Alternative
Didn't he
facts.
have to go like before the Supreme Court about
Yes.
that?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. My opinion, like, if you are a pro wrestler, you've probably done steroids.
Allegedly.
Well, I'm a pro wrestler and I haven't.
You are not a pro wrestler.
Who are pro wrestlers, though, are the wonderful gentlemen on 205 Live.
I didn't get to watch it, so let's not talk about it.
What? I watched it.
We'll talk about that.
I watched
probably-
it.
I've gone full.
Oh my God, Jeff watched something you didn't. And it's not even your fault.
Must have ran out of anime.
No, I came over here after the.
Oh, he was so he had to watch it.
Yeah.
Joe put it on.
Joe put it on, so I was able to watch it.
I don't
Alexander
remember
versus. You're worthless. You don't remember anything.
I don't, but I did watch it, I think.
Alexander versus Neville
Neville.
was brilliant.
Oh, that was.
I did watch it. Yeah, that was a good match.
That standing
great
Spanish fly. Holy shit.
I'll say that was a really fun match. Really helped Alexander look good. But Neville, of course, skyrocketing from his position. The jobber match
With Kendrick.
Kendrick with the local kid.
I feel like it's just because it was supposed to be a Chijiri thing, and they're like, we don't know what to do.
Zen thought the jobber might win.
It is
Kendrick has fallen that far, huh?
Yeah, in her mind.
I have a controversial thing to say.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if it's controversial or not. TJP to me at this point is bland and a little boring.
Maybe Manic will come back.
Because him and Tony Nese came out, and I'm like, good God, these guys lack epic amounts of charisma to be out here right now.
I agree with TJP being bland and boring because of, since he's lost that title, it's been like...
I'm the guy who wears glasses.
Yeah.
In all fairness, with the title, he wasn't exactly knocking out of the park with those awesome promos.
Oh,
God.
God. Everything
Level
since
up,
the
bro.
end of the damn tournament.
Dude, you just need to level up.
And I just hope that eventually some of the nicer stuff we're seeing with guys like Neville spreads to the other parts of 205.
Gallagher's over.
Gallagher's over.
Speaking of
Swans.
Neville,
Fucking
steroids.
great.
You're right. It needs to spread to the other cruiserweights.
Allegedly.
Fucking...
Have you seen pictures of Neville when he started wrestling?
I don't know if
Allegedly.
255 Live has the same ring.
So
2 to 5 live to parole live.
we also had an NXT Go Home show.
That apparently sucked balls.
Rick, I think you're the only one in the room that watched it.
Sucked Balls was basically just a bunch of promos for TakeOver. Tomato. You had No Way Jose wrestled the new Hawaiian guy.
Kona Reeves.
Jose. Yep.
It was
Noah Kakoa. Or whatever.
There's not. I mean, I actually have come around on No Way Jose. I feel like he's actually becoming quite good, but I mean, there's not much you can do when you're having to wrestle someone else who's at your level and you're both not all that great
I
yet.
think No Way Jose will inherit the R-Truth mantle at the main roster someday. That mid-card comedy fun guy.
Have a
I feel
job
like
for
he's gonna
15
take-
years.
Yeah.
He's gonna take perfect 10 spot in NXT right now. Oh, spoilers. But I mean, the one cool thing that happened in that match is that he did a pop-up punch, which was kind of cool. Then you had more promos. You had the stare down between the four women that led to chaos. You had Percy Watson not knowing what's happening. Yeah, it was not great. I kind of only half watched because basically every time I turned back around, it was another promo.
Yeah.
It's only the go-home show to your takeover.
That was filmed like a month ago.
NXT's been on life support for like 6 months. Since they took that writer to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it hasn't been great.
And
So is he
Triple
going
H
back
said,
since Road Dogg is riding
I don't know.
SmackDown
So
now?
I don't know the story. I don't know if I think they just put him underneath Road Dogg on SmackDown.
Ouch.
Yeah, they're kinda-
wrestling nepotism, you know. How it is.
and then Triple H had his press conference this week, and he has said that NXT taping has been piss poor this past couple
Yeah, he's
months.
shit on both NXT and 205.
They need to make some changes. The changes will involve not only NXT 205 Live, but also some of the guys you saw from the UK attorney is kind of what I took from that.
I love how the tone was kind of like unofficially, like it's almost the wrestler's fault, as if they write anything, produce anything,
Call up guys to the main
any-
roster.
or do anything other than show up and do exactly what they're told, because in this company anymore you can't do anything
It doesn't-
out of the ordinary or you will get fired.
Yeah, it doesn't help that you have 205 Live after SmackDown, and people are already there for 2 hours, and then it's another 45 minutes, and there's no pub for the 205 Live besides maybe one match. They don't even pub it on SmackDown. I think they did it once a couple weeks ago with Gallagher going, "Don't forget to see me on 205 Live tonight."
And let's be honest, as much as I like Neville or Rich Swann or TJ Perkins, you're asking people to go through AJ Styles and John Cena and then stay there and watch them.
Yeah, the crowds do not give a single
You might
fuck.
want to turn that around, have it open before
Yeah.
SmackDown. You would probably get a more receptive crowd.
Well, receptive crowds generally show up at TakeOver, so let's get into Saturday night. And Corey immediately pointed out how we're using a TNA set.
It was the TNA set.
Also, it was a good takeover, but thinking back on it, it wasn't one of the better crowds.
No, it was
No.
a low-key crowd.
Which, I mean, it was somewhat okay because they didn't try to hijack the entire show.
You know what I blame? They were in fucking Texas.
Yeah.
Fuck Texas.
Kind of a, yeah.
I'd say
definitely.
allegedly, but yeah.
No, fuck Texas.
One piece of information we got from the pre-show is that Corey Graves no longer going to be doing NXT.
After one more show. He gets
yeah.
the last tapings that happened at the TakeOver he'll be doing, but then it's Nigel McGuinness.
Well, they probably realized, my God, that we're working this guy 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Might want to give him a day off.
Somebody-
Tell you what,
He's like Vince gives a shit about giving people a day off.
Monday Night
I don't think it was a
Raw,
Vince call.
Tuesday 205 Live, and then whatever, network specials they want him to do.
He still technically has his own show on the network. 2 shows on the network.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
he has the Inked show.
And the Culture Shock,
Yep.
technically.
Oh, yeah.
Still around, so.
As for the matches themselves, we were kind of shocked by the opening match. That they went with Ty Dillinger versus Eric Young first, instead of going with Almas and Strong.
I just want to say, going into the entire pay-per-view, I kind of had low expectations. It wasn't pub really high. You didn't have like that one match besides maybe Naka and Rude to have you and have any interest watching the
It's the
pay-per-view.
least anticipated takeover ever.
Well, Corey brought up the part about it is that you had the long period where they were overseas, and then you had like 3 weeks before the takeover, so they just didn't have that time period they usually have to try and build.
Absolutely. But yeah, let's get into the first match. Ty Dillinger and Eric Young with Sanity outside the ring.
It's a normal match for me. Like, I thought it was okay.
It was exactly what I thought.
Yeah, it's a normal Ty Dillinger type match.
Eric Young looked good. Ty Dillinger looked good.
Yeah.
Red guy won.
I'll say Eric Young going over in the end. It was again nothing bad here. It's what you expect.
I mean, it's basically every single match that anyone's ever wrestled against Ty Dillinger. It's the first step in building someone up.
Exactly.
Not named Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
So
Ty's so over, he doesn't need to win.
And then because of that, it should have been painfully obvious who was going to win this to start with, which is why all of us in the room here took Eric Young.
Yep.
And
Oh, I didn't write that down. She did worse in the pick'ems than I thought she did.
because somebody.
He's not in the room right
He's
now.
not in the room right now because producer.
B-level show we're on right
I
now.
forgot I
Exactly.
obliterated her for that when she made that pick.
Went with Ty Dillinger there, so
Ha, what a stupid lady.
the producer who had been high up in the rankings, starting off with an 0-1 start for the weekend.
Wait, who did she pick in the CN match?
She picked CN.
She went 1-4.
Yeah.
Who does that badly at a takeover?
Well,
She wanted to add to her stats, so I don't know.
but moving. So then we go to, if I remember right, CN Strong was in the next match,
Yes, it was.
and this was really good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
This was a damn good match. Corey, absolutely spot on with your thought process here on the new CN. He is looking damn good since this
As soon as they turned
change.
him heel, it was like, oh, hey, this is what he should have been the whole time.
Strong getting to unleash a little more offense here. Look more like the guy we know from ROH and the rest of the indies here.
Yeah.
And the guy that we hope to be a strong player going forward in NXT.
Watching this match, I'm like, all right, as long as NXT starts cleaning up the booking, they can start pushing some guys up because you can start pushing these guys to the top.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is definitely the future. I know we had actually even had some conversations about, is CN about to be washed out in WWE?
Won me over with this match. Keep him and don't let him go anywhere because he could be your top heel for a while now.
Absolutely. And
I think the best thing to keep in mind now is that this is the new NXT. NXT is not what it was 2 years ago when it was Red Hot, where it was bringing in some indie guys, but also building your own and a true developmental. NXT is now a third brand, pretty much dedicated to handpicking the best indie talent from other indie places, put them on your TV so that you have them, and they don't.
And
It's literally just what it is.
and this was the perfect showcase of that.
Yeah.
And these two guys absolutely work wonderfully together. One of the reviews I saw actually went this is all the way up to 4 stars.
Well, I don't
I don't
know.
know if I
Wow.
quite go that high.
I wouldn't.
It was a good match.
I had
but-
it around 3.5.
Yeah,
I'll give it
3 and 3/4.
3.5, yeah.
But no, this was a damn good match. That being said, Strong going over. Did not see that coming personally.
Poor Almas, man, cannot win a fucking match.
I
to save his life.
still say that's the wrong call. I think CN should have got the win because one, I don't think this loss would have hurt Roddy, and now at this point it's like Jesus Christ, CN has not gotten any top-notch win.
But it could be a storyline for him.
Plus that's the heel.
It could be a heel / he's getting frustrated that he keeps losing and losing until something.
As the hill, it's easier.
Yeah.
I mean, but he kind of already had that snap with
To get your
Cedric
heat
with the
back.
losing.
Yeah, but Cedric.
So
That's another guy they've killed dead.
I think he's coming back now. His showing on 205 Live this week was top-notch. They're trying to push him back.
everybody had picked CN except for one person.
Drink it in, man.
Just proof that a dipshit's right every once in a great while.
Yeah.
You confused me. Wow, that one. Wow. You took him right off of the knee.
Shut up.
You just seen it him right there.
Ouch.
Jesus.
But moving forward, so we have Joe's at 2-0.
Hello.
the three of us, Corey, Rick, and I, 1-1. And is somebody 0-2?
Bum, bum, bum,
Would that be the producer?
Wow.
I'm undefeated.
You are undefeated, Mr.
You
Google.
didn't make picks.
You don't know that.
So he's smarter than the rest of us.
Let's go into the tag title match.
This was a surprise. Well, fuck, there's a lot of surprises on TakeOver.
DIY AOP.
But I'll say, Authors of
Thanks,
Pain
pal,
coming
yeah.
out with a like camouflage nets over the Kane mask look. Actually worked.
I liked it.
I'm gonna write it into my next fanfic.
Weird.
Be on the website next week.
There you go.
Put Jeff's in big demo.
Where would you go to find this such website?
Would it be nocellentertainment.com?
I believe it would.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Honestly, forgot it.
God damn it.
Joe, stop forgetting nocellentertainment.com.
I don't know how he gets home sometimes.
He leans on Zen.
He's on Zen for literally everything.
Someone leaves a piece of the Reese's Pieces. I go, ooh, piece of candy. And I get home. And I'm home.
Now, going into the tag title match, we were basically thinking DIY was going to have to carry this thing, right?
Yeah.
We were wrong.
AOP came to play.
I still think DIY helped AOP look much better.
They,
Oh, yeah.
they did a majority of the lifting, but AOP definitely
Brought it.
Absolutely. This is the best they've looked by far so far.
Well, who have they really wrestled besides TM61?
Jobbers.
Bollywood boys.
So maybe it's not their fault they haven't looked great yet.
But if this is the Authors of Pain that we're going to see going forward, there is big things in the works for these
It was a
guys.
great. I was legit. I wanted to pick AOP because I'm like, why didn't do this match unless you're gonna push AOP? And it was fantastic.
But is DYI then
Really?
TUI.
DUI?
Allegedly.
Allegedly DUI. I said DYI.
DIY.
Yeah, you did. You said
DYI.
DIY.
There it is, huh? How was that?
God damn it,
Do
Lessel.
yourself it.
Do yourself it. A night of Jeff Mack. I saved it.
What is wrong with these two tonight?
Oh my god.
Anyways, did you have a point to go with
Are
that?
they the new Vaughn villains? One pay-per-view done?
Why don't you, I think it was Corey, you that pointed out last night about the difference between face title runs and heel title runs in NXT.
Yeah, the NXT tag teams, the faces always have real short runs, and then the heels have the long runs.
I'll say
that's how
Alpha
they
was
do it.
pretty short.
Vaughn Villains was short, DIY was short,
Bob Dylan was because their face didn't get over.
Corey Graves and Neville was short.
But you guys like Revival had a really lengthy one.
Months.
Ascension.
The Ascension, the Wyatt family, AOP.
Still can't figure out how the Ascension was that fucking over in NXT.
They weren't over. They just
They weren't
pushed
in
it.
NXT.
No. In NXT,
NXT,
they were the most over thing ever.
Because the NXT crowd can be really dumb sometimes. I mean, how over was fucking Bubbles Emma in NXT?
We are shitting on everything.
I mean, isn't that what we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And am I wrong?
Usually it's just you, but I've joined your side tonight.
Let's be honest, they loved the Bubbles Emma, which was the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. And now Corey is dancing.
Excuse me, folks. We didn't have an interruption here.
No.
So which one's Emma, which one's Santino?
Joe's clearly Santino.
Ow! Fuck!
But anyways, at this point, main roster storylines interrupted our takeover
What? What happened?
as Seth Rollins comes in and decides he is taking over takeover until he gets his hands on Triple H.
Very good.
This
Very
was
good.
well done.
I thought that would happen at the Rumble.
I did too. I
Makes
agree with
perfect
that.
sense to do it here, though.
Yeah.
You come and call out Triple H on his baby, his show.
And he treated you like trash.
Yeah.
Get this fucking trash out of my ring.
Yeah, he
I
comes
especially
out,
love
just
that.
kind of looks like, what the fuck are you doing? Security, get this guy out of here.
You're not worth my time.
And then,
Until we masturbate each other at WrestleMania with a 40-minute back and forth match
But you're gonna love the entrance.
based off of non-stop reversals out of pedigrees by both guys.
First of all, nothing what you're saying is. I want to watch this. Epic reversals all the time sounds amazing.
until you realize it's all going towards the pedigree. Which one? You don't know, but it's a pedigree nonetheless. Pedigree.
Does Triple H have the pull to get him to pull the curb stomp back
No.
for a Triple H match?
You would hope so.
For
But
a Triple H match, probably.
Does Rollins go for another Pepsi plunge?
That would be awesome.
yeah, that'd be amazing.
That he was gonna go for that.
Let's just troll Punk all the time now.
That seems to be their MO.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the fact he did a pedigree on the fucking ring apron. Apparently everyone does moves to Zayn on the ring apron now, because fuck Zayn.
Kevin Owens.
Well, his new gimmick is that he's Well, actually, his new gimmick is that he's Joe Lessel.
Being awesome? I know, right?
Yeah,
Can't figure out how to pull balls out of a fucking tumbler.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Can't figure out how to open the plastic egg.
No, he didn't want to.
He didn't want to, yeah.
Bad luck.
Oh my god.
So
the fact that Daniel Bryan had to yell at him, just pick a fucking ball.
So, like, they get Seth out of the ring, and now it's time for some Fatal 4-Way fanfic Les action.
Is that where they're going with them?
No,
Yeah,
I think
that's
with
how-
those two, yeah.
The hand holding down to the ring was like, what are they doing?
Dear Penthouse.
Last night I was like, oh, and you guys obviously haven't seen the Twitter stuff. The two Aussie girls have a really disturbing fan set that just like, oh yeah, it's like creeper Twitter.
Dear Penthouse.
But a
So,
lot of
Yeah.
fanfic between the Aussie gals.
So, okay, I'll cut my tweets down about them. Okay, I'm sorry.
Just take your Bailey gear off first.
But yeah,
No, I won't. I only do my fanfic in my Bailey outfit. Okay.
Is that while you're writing your poetry?
Yeah.
But anyways, Fatal 4-Way Women's Title, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Nikki Cross, and Asuka.
It was spotty.
It
sounded worse once I said it out loud.
Why wouldn't the heels just pin each other for the win?
This is something we asked quite a bit last night. It actually sounded like everybody on Twitter said the same thing.
Because neither one of them wanted to lay down for the other on air.
Are we back to fanfics?
Where's the couch?
I'm gonna write a fanfic now. I've never done that. I'm gonna do that.
Is it
Ew.
the Corey Mack erotica?
It's gonna be the two of them wearing Authors of Pain gear with the cane mask.
You can
and
just call it
the
Authors of Pain. It
yeah,
sells
the
itself.
Aussies of Pain.
The unpublished chapter of the Book of Pain.
Yeah.
So, the match, yeah, it could have been better,
So does being the ass.
but you're kind of looking forward to actually when it's Nikki Cross versus
Yeah.
Asuka in
And
one-on-one.
they kept Nikki strong, so it's obviously going to be a one-on-one there.
I'll say they take her out of the match by having the two Aussie gals
By trying to kill her.
suplexing her off the announce table to just a random table that's sitting at ringside.
And it's right at the edge of the podium. The announcers
Oh
are
no!
on, too.
The placement of that table is god awful.
Yeah.
There is way too many ways that could have gone wrong.
Why is there a table next to the announce table? Like, oh, it's catering.
Percy Watson needed a place to put his.
No better thing than to put two green wrestlers in a spot where they could kill someone.
Like, everybody keeps saying green. They've been working for like 10 years.
Okay,
I'll say-
green to what to this.
All four of them are pretty experienced, but
What is this mindset that if you haven't ever worked in a WWE ring, you don't know what you're doing?
Well, it's to watch them wrestle. They don't look all that refined.
they're
WWE refined?
Just in general, they haven't looked that refined. Well, I mean, Billie Kay looks good, but
Yeah.
Peyton Royce looks like garbage most of the time.
I agree with that.
Asuka confirmed my whole thing that she is female Brock Lesnar by German suplexing everybody, including both of the Aussie gals at the same
It
time.
sounds like he's writing fanfic now.
Oh, he always does.
Is that
That's
she's
his,
gonna lose to Trish Stratus in like 4 seconds?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's his anime time.
I will say this is one of the first times where there were cracks in Asuka in this match. Like there were things done to Asuka which show that she isn't unbeatable.
Took 3 people.
Yeah.
But hey, they're showing cracks, so it makes it when Ember Moon or Nikki Cross wins the title that it's not like, oh well, they just like an awkward drop.
So you've written off Liv Morgan.
She's getting called up because
She's
of
boning
course. No, I think she's gonna end up. No, wait, she's touring with the Smack. No, she's touring Raw.
Yeah,
so she's coming
boning
up on
Enzo.
SmackDown. I don't know.
She can't go on SmackDown because Carmella's already there, and they're the same character.
They'll form a tag team
Like-
with James Ellsworth as the manager.
Like, you can't have 2 of that on the same show.
If they touched each other, would the universe collapse in on
Yes,
itself?
it would.
Yes.
Puppies die, children cry.
Yeah.
And Angel gets its wings? That is
Everything you
John
just
Cena
not quite
gets more
works.
steroids.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Everything you just said, I'm okay with. So
Besides John Cena.
allegedly.
But anyways, Asuka kicks everybody in the head and wins the match.
Did she
So
pin? Which one did she pin?
One of them.
I believe it was Peyton Royce.
Hey,
Okay, good.
yeah. Well,
She's the one who deserves to
yeah.
Everybody picked Asuka, by the way, because nobody was that foolish.
Lol, Asuka wins.
It's kind of getting to that point.
Kind of?
Yeah, it's all the way there.
She's been there a year and a half and has never lost. So, yeah, it's kind of getting to that point.
Also, bullshit. She totally lost. She lost in that Royal Rumble match. So she's not completely undefeated.
She has never been pinned or submitted.
This is true.
Only in Jeff's dreams.
Gross.
I know, I bet in those dreams she beats the shit out of
Why are we so abusive to each other
A
tonight?
little peg.
Like it's worse than usual.
peg leg.
Peg leg.
Oh, what the fuck? Just get on to the main event.
Anyways, main event time. Shinsuke Nakamura versus the glorious one, Bobby Roode.
I said this match would be good, and I was right.
We figured it would be a entrance off.
Yeah.
Like, this match would be all entrance.
So the entrance is Bobby Roode is now Ric Flair.
Yeah, he channeled like a 1989 Ric Flair.
What about 9 valet girls?
8.
8. And then
Shinsuke Nakamura like cosplayed Kraftwerk.
And also tried to give half the country a seizure.
he had,
I
a,
almost
he
passed
had a
out.
floating seizure stand that just brought him up to the ring. Once the seizure pod stopped and it went to just the red lighting, that was actually really fucking good looking.
Yeah, it was good.
Then the match itself, I know there was some concerns.
I was worried about like a Styles clash.
Not
the move.
Why
AJ
so?
Styles.
Not the move. But
They're just giving up on NXT entirely, just bringing main people back.
But why were you concerned?
well, it's just they have such contrasting styles, and sometimes that can be a real contrast.
I'll say
Just that
Shinsuke, a
word
little more
works.
high impact.
Strong style.
Strong style.
Bobby Roode, a more mechanical, old school style wrestler.
I will say it was a little slow in the beginning.
But I loved it.
It was a slow style I actually enjoyed. It was one of the few times where something was really slow and methodical. I'm like, I'm really enjoying this slow and methodical
But it
nature.
starts picking up.
I'll say it really let the charisma of the two guys really work against each other.
They told a fantastic story.
This may be some of the best storytelling I've seen in a match in a few years.
Oh.
This was absolutely amazing, the story they told here.
Well, it's not the most technically gifted match of the year.
No.
It is my favorite match of the year at this point because the story they told in it was so brilliant.
I just love the fact that Bobby Roode is pissing Nakamura off by not doing the things he wanted him to do. Like he gets him to the ground. Naka's in the corner waiting for the finisher. Roode's just laying there, and you're gonna see in Naka's face like, "Get up! Get up! What are you doing? Get up!"
He actually gets stand there for a second, like, the motherfucker's just not going to get up, is he?
Yep.
I have to go over there, pick him up. Oh, there's the small package and gets the 2 count.
It was
that's a
Roode.
brilliant spot.
It was really the story of the match was Roode outsmarting Nakamura.
Absolutely.
Felt
And
to me
then-
like the most engaged Nakamura's been
Yeah.
mentally
And
since
then,
coming to NXT.
And then Naka had to go to a really high risk move on the outside that ended up biting him in the ass.
But I'll say
Which
he
is all Bobby
yeah.
Roode needed to capitalize and eventually wear him down.
Because he hits that second rope Kinshasa while Rude's on the apron, and his leg comes down on the apron. That's got to hurt like a motherfucker.
Well, the apron's the hardest part of the match.
Oh, is that true, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Man, I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that. And then selling the knee so well afterwards. This is the most I've seen Shinsuke sell in ages.
I legitimately thought he was hurt for a little while. I was like, oh,
Right?
fuck.
I thought about this last night after I left here. This is Bobby Roode playing a member of the Four Horsemen in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's total breakdown. This is Arn or Rick breaking down like a Dusty or a Sting.
This is the best also the Glorious DDT has ever looked, both of those attempts.
So good.
And there is even the point where Albert comes out from the outside, from the back because Regal's not there.
Yeah.
Apparently he's ill.
Yeah. because just to add that extra bit of the concern from the back.
That Shinsuke's knee has exploded.
But to harken back to the Horseman, he even puts the figure 4 on.
Yep.
There was a lot of figure 4s this week.
Yep.
There was.
He goes back to the move. He works on the knee nonstop. It was. But that's why I loved it, because it was very much a Horseman 80s style attack by Bobby Roode.
The one-legged Boston Crab. That was
vicious. Brilliant. Just punching the knee.
Yeah.
But in the end, a second glorious DDT, the 1, 2, 3, your winner, and the new NXT champion, the glorious Bobby Roode.
Man, no one saw that coming.
I did not see that coming at all.
No one picks Bobby Roode to win.
You know how?
Oh wait.
Funny enough, 2 people did. Funny enough, 2 people did.
Those 2 people are on steroids.
Allegedly.
So, congratulations, Ricky. You did pick Bobby Roode, as did producer Zeb.
She's on steroids.
Allegedly. Originally, it's because I thought, hey, Naka's going to get called up, but then they Soul destroyed his knee, and I'm like, hey, Naka's not going to get called up.
So, overall, did that save the show, or did the show need saving up to that point?
It didn't need saving, but it definitely needed to end on a high note to be considered a good show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this did do that. It's definitely on the lower end of the takeovers they've done, but I can't call it a bad show.
Do you think they start doing too many takeovers? Like, should they not do one at every single big pay-per-view? Like, maybe 2 a year?
I kind of think, I kind of think what they should do is quit piggybacking off the big 4 shows. It's okay to do one Mania and SummerSlam. But you don't need to do one before Survivor Series or Rumble. What I would do instead is just go back to the Full Cell takeovers.
Which always did well.
Only one now.
Yeah, I guess they do 5 pay-per-views for them now. Because they have the 4 and then the one at
Full Sail.
But I would quit making all of them like on road so big. Like I would do that.
They draw well though.
They do.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because if they go the route the Corey things, like if it's like the third brand now, like they're getting to a point where they have a NXT pay-per-view every single month.
God,
A SmackDown one, a Raw one, like...
They can't afford, I think, to do that.
Also, supposedly they're cutting back on pay-per-views after Mania.
They're going back to one a month.
And then the rumor is for NXT is going live.
They've been saying that for a while, though.
They've also been saying it might go to 2 hours.
Oh.
So,
I mean, they've bolstered the roster a lot. There's a lot of guys coming.
Here's what I would say: just combine 205 Live and NXT.
It's the way to go.
Then do it. You know what I mean?
Because that's going to be the crowd you can draw.
Yeah. Plus, you put that 205 in Full Cell.
That's going to go off like hotcakes.
Or even if you start touring it,
Just imagine that touring brand,
right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, you can do it.
I would say tour that because I am kind of getting sick and tired of 205 Live. I'm not 205 Live. It's Full Cell because of the fact that they always pick one guy and they root for them, but when someone else shows up that we know who they are, they're like, huh?
It's getting a little TNA-ish.
It is.
Full Sail.
Yeah.
I was worried about that, but then again, they're kind of in bed with Full Cell. I mean,
Yeah.
they use the facilities, and they're one thing this was smart for is they're training the next generation of their production team with students from Full Cell because it's students at Full Cell that run the NXT tapings.
I didn't know that.
They do the cameras, they help with the production side.
Kinda
They're
like,
learning on the job.
But
like
see-
work credit almost.
Yeah, kind of a deal.
But see, sometimes they're too smart for their own good. Like when Ty Dillinger had his spot 2 weeks ago, and they're going Royal Rumble at spot 10. I'm like, shut up! You're gonna ruin a cool moment.
The smarky crowd is ruining it. That I'll agree with. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's excellent usage of students to learn, and because all these guys working for Vince are getting old, and they're smart enough to realize they're gonna need replacements. What better way to put your developmental thing inside a college that specializes that, and then build your people up?
By they realize they need to have people to replace
Triple
them.
H.
Okay, thank you. Just say it though. Say it that Vince is stupid and isn't realizing this, and Triple H is like, God, I can't wait for the old man to die.
Wow.
He's on steroids.
Allegedly.
Deny that one.
Wait,
Deny that one.
Vince?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some HGH. Allegedly.
One last thing before we move on to the Rumble pay-per-view. Now that Roode is champion,
Get it right.
Glorious.
the glorious Bobby Roode is
Jeez.
You
No,
guys
he's a
should-
glorious.
You guys should sit
champion.
next to each other.
They're a heel tag team now.
Yeah, we're so good.
And I don't like it.
And perfectly honest, I think the best way to sell this also is to have Shinsuke off for a little bit.
Which I think is what they're doing.
We're top guys with top guy picks over here. That's what's going on.
Okay, then top guys.
Top guy takes.
Tell me, in your top guy take, who's next for Bobby Roode?
I've been thinking about this since yesterday. I mean, I'm sure Shinsuke will get a rematch. Probably not on a takeover. It could still be Cassius Ohno. They could just have him come in as a face now to take on Roode. Or it could be... I mean, that's just... I'm almost thinking it's got to be Ohno because who else?
Maybe Roddy?
Roddy or Almas's aren't built up strong enough. Eric Young just got a win over Dillinger, so none of them are built up enough.
Bebe is not there till April?
Yeah, Adam Cole's not in till April.
Hideo just got cleared, so there's no heat there.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost got to be Ohno.
With his return, it makes the most sense.
Aleister Black hasn't debuted on TV yet.
He's also going to be fucking...
He's taped now, though, isn't he? No, I guess they haven't taped him yet.
Yeah,
They
they're
haven't done
taped
his
this week.
Yeah.
So, I bet you'll see a lot of debuts at this NXT.
I think you almost have to at this point.
Gotta start building for TakeOver Orlando.
And with that, let's move on to tonight's festivities, the Pro Bowl.
Monday Night Raw?
No.
Well, I turned on, I looked at the set, and I thought, okay, it's Monday Night Raw.
Fucking Royal Rumble and you can't give it a special set? They always give the Rumble a special set.
They kind of did with the long,
They gave it a football field.
Yeah.
I can't wait for those gifts.
The 400-yard dash you have to make to get down to the ring.
I'm sad we didn't get to watch Big Show and Mark Henry make that run.
Notice they kept the camera off it the entire time for those two.
Yep.
Well,
Henry took so long to get down
I just
there.
saw a photo of Bray. You know how he got down there, right?
How?
A cart.
Really?
Like a little golf cart. He was just holding the thing as they drove him down.
That is awesome.
That's why we didn't see Bray run. He just got on the cart. And,
Well, apparently Taker was just under the ring.
I'll say he didn't want to make that. Or no, they had a...
Taker's sitting with his wife the whole time.
Yeah. Because if you notice, actually, in some of the earlier matches that went outside the ring, over by the commentary booth, like where the bell is, there was another walkway.
They almost had like a Wrestle Kingdom exit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's there all the time on Raw, SmackDown,
Yeah.
But
was
there was actual like path to it this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it
had
was
a path.
it was walled off, carpeted, and set up for an exit for the wrestlers.
It was like a Wrestle Kingdom Rumble.
Kind of, yeah.
Makes sense. Because you can't have the jobbers going back up that
The
long.
40 foot, yeah.
The jobbers?
Before the show, of course, we had our pre-show. 3 matches on the 2-hour pre-show.
One of the better pre-show matches. Not saying the pre-show was good. Pre-show matches.
It started with the 6-woman tag from SmackDown.
Without looking at notes, tell me who the 6 women were, Jeff.
Naomi, Nikki, and Becky Lynch versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and...
Wow.
Cowboy up.
Oh, the third one. Oh, Becky James.
Without that little hit, you were lost. You were dead.
Yeah.
Actually, I totally spaced the fact that Cowboy Up was the making mention to her.
So the match had one
country album.
face. It was all heels.
Yeah.
And then Mickey James.
Mickey James is a heel.
Yeah.
She is 100% a heel.
I was about to say.
She's been an epic bitch since coming back, and I've loved it.
Yeah, she's back to Crazy Town.
I keep forgetting Becky had a match. Like when after the match, I went to like social media. I'm like, oh, Becky is there.
It's 'cause Becky's pretty
she had a
forgettable.
match.
Yeah, and also she wasn't the main reason we had this match.
No, apparently Natalya was.
No, apparently Naomi was.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get Naomi.
Yeah, because
Set
we
up
had these
for-
set up for her and
Oh, we didn't even
Alexa.
talk about that from SmackDown and how god awful that.
That was so bad.
Becky and Mickey, good. Naomi and Alexa, not so much.
I'm a little worried about the match quality on what's going to be the Alexa and Naomi feud.
Yeah, that's
We're
what
getting
a
ready for
rough,
Chamber, man.
what a rough spot to put Alexa in. It's like, you know how you were just looking really great because you were getting to wrestle a great technical wrestler? Wrestle Naomi now.
And that's what's going to be after Naomi gets the pin
What
and wins
that's
it for the
called?
faces.
Sink or swim time.
For who?
For Alexa. It's like, hey, you'll continue your push if you can make that look good.
I don't think anyone can make Naomi look good.
All right?
Well, with the faces did win, of course, here. Did
Just
anybody
set
take the heels?
No.
Okay.
I will say, Naomi actually got into her moves a lot better. So maybe being healthy, she'll look a little bit better than she was leading into
It didn't take her 10 minutes on that planche to the outside.
Or the top rope take an hour just to settle herself.
Yeah. I'll tell you, she actually, the split-legged moonsault worked
Now you get to tell your awesome story about the pre-show. About how I worked myself into a shoot.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we're going into the tag match. We haven't had this wasn't announced apparently before. I thought it was. It wasn't. So we need to do our picks for the tag match. We're all instantly going to Cesaro and Sheamus. Producers then goes club. I go. Pfft. Corey then gives a great reasoning for it. We all switch to club. Corey sticks Cesaro and Sheamus. Lol, the club wins.
Yeah, I pretty much fucked myself there.
So tag title match with 2 refs because one ref cannot be enough to
Can't contain him.
contain this
Gorilla
feud.
was smiling down from the heavens on that one.
Until the one ref ate a vicious bro kick.
He does not know how to take a bump.
Or does he?
He did.
Sheamus is stiff with everyone.
Yeah, I guess.
So if you don't know how to take a bump, it's not going to end well.
No, it's not.
In the end, I believe it was Anderson with the roll up grabbing the tights.
Yep.
Is it a roll up?
Yep.
Yep.
Joe finish.
Yep, got the Joe finish.
The good brothers get their tag straps.
I still don't get why it wasn't a disqualification. He literally decapitated a ref.
By accident.
About to say, it's because...
So what?
He punched the other ref in the face by accident. It was a
But he was
DQ.
enraged in that one.
I do like the fact that he almost punched the other ref and
I
then
would
eventually
love
stopped
for you to
himself.
be like the commissioner, Joe.
It was an accident.
It's okay to crack the ref. You were upset.
You were enraged and you just didn't know who you're looking
You were seeing red. It's fine. It was a good match. I liked it.
Oh, yeah,
and at least
sure.
the club finally got their... Watch their exclusive video. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to watch that.
Nerd.
Pretty good.
So yeah, Corey helped us out here to all get wins, except
Corey.
for himself.
Lol, Corey loses.
I didn't think they'd do it on a pre-show.
I agree. I would have thought if this was on the main event, I was like, oh, of course Club's winning. As soon
Yeah,
as it
I
was
mean-
pre-show, I was like, oh, Cesaro and Sheamus. And then you talked me out of it.
I'm glorious in my assistance to my fellow casters who need all the help they can get. Let's be honest.
You overthought it.
I think they.
You're such a genius at picking, as will be shown
we'll,
later.
As we'll talk about later.
And then you overthought it.
right.
think they had Club win on the pre-show is to have people watch the pre-show to show. Just say anything can happen on the pre-show.
Oh, kind of
Show
like
up-
that
show
terrible
up-
Joe winning the NXT title at a
Yeah.
house show.
Show up 4 hours early for that WrestleMania pre-show.
Oh,
I'm not excited for Mania.
And with that, we get to our last match of the pre-show.
oh fuck! There's another match on the goddamn
Yes.
pre-show.
Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks.
Oh,
We had 4 matches in a Rumble on the main show.
That's right. This was a squash anyway. Didn't
No
matter.
squash.
Yeah.
Weird. It was weird. Sasha got treated like shit.
Also, I mean, no wonder there was a Raw set. We had what?
One SmackDown match,
2.
2. You got the
No.
first pre-show match and then 2 Raw matches.
and then
And
one SmackDown.
One SmackDown, 3 Raw matches, and then the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't get why they didn't have the IC belt up here. Like you,
I know why. I just figured. Well, first because they're going to be in the Rumble, and second of all,
which proved not to matter later.
but second of all, I mean they got a SmackDown show in 2 weeks.
This is very true.
True.
Let's not burn all the SmackDown stuff on the Rumble.
But yeah,
They're probably. God,
Nia Jax absolutely squashed Sasha Banks.
Squash.
it was kind of cool to see. I mean, at least they're using Nia.
They played off the leg injury a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean that. So it doesn't totally screw Sasha because they're playing off the fact that her knee's all bummed. So
But now you can start building some momentum with Nia Jax.
Nia is my second favorite monster, and in fact, I want to see her and Braun make monster babies. They would just come out of the womb beating up at the nurses and the doctors.
is this your next fanfic?
Coming soon to NoCellEntertainment.com.
Can we not put no? Can we not put these things on our website?
put that up to the producer?
You guys can put that on like the dark web somewhere. I don't want it on the website.
No Cell After Dark.
I accept this.
There you go. So let's go ahead and get into the show proper. Did anybody take anybody? But
Everyone took Nia.
Okay, everybody took Nia. Good. Question was, what was going to start the Royal Rumble?
Obviously,
AJ
Cruiser
Cena?
wins.
That was a lot of the picks there. We're going to start with Charlotte and Bayley.
Well, I might as well get the shittiest match out of the
It was brutal.
I thought it was Booble's match of the night.
way. Yeah.
6 stars. Suck it, Meltzer.
All right, Meltzer, calm down.
Okay,
Goddamn spot monkey.
We got Beltzer over here. Christ.
Should have said something actually clever. I'm confused.
Hello.
Don't let it go. It won't last.
She's on fire here.
I'm liking the team up on this side of the room.
All right, I'm gonna pause this podcast. Switching seats. That's bullshit.
The Chinese fire drill during the middle of a podcast.
Move.
Yeah, why would we pause? That'd be great airtime.
Yeah.
Just stop tripping over each other.
Get up.
Like balls.
Let's just keep it live while we all trip and bumble over each
We're
other.
gonna get up here. Who farted?
The answer to that is Joe.
Who farted in the mic?
That would be
I'm
Joe.
getting pink eye tonight.
Why are you rubbing the mic on your face?
So this was an important match because it was going to tell us, okay, do we have a hope for Charlotte and Bayley when it comes to WrestleMania?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they're going to add the other two to it. So.
But I brought this up before we went into the match. Sasha and Charlotte had tons of time to work together so that they could make their routine look great. Bayley and Charlotte haven't been getting that. They've been doing a lot of 3v3 matches, a lot of just bleh for house shows.
But that's what we get.
I was legitimately worried going into it. They haven't had a lot of time to work together. It might come out rough, and holy shit, did it come out rough. The spot looks too big for Bayley, and it's
That's
breaking
the
my
problem.
heart. It's breaking my heart.
Is she trying too hard, or is it just
Nerves?
nerves? I mean,
I think she's caught up in it. Like,
Yeah.
Granted, this is her literal dream. Like, they make fun of her on the show because fucking writers are assholes. But, like...
It's fucking weird. What the hell is that?
Only in professional wrestling
Jesus.
would you be mocked for being a fan of the profession you entered.
I mean, this is her
Right.
literal dream. And she's achieved it. She's there. She's on the road to being a huge main event. Well, not main event, but a huge event at WrestleMania. And the women stole the show at WrestleMania last year. So that's a big thing. And it looks like she's trying too hard.
yeah.
I also think there's a lot of pressure on her, though.
Well, I mean, she is the next John Cena. I mean, that's a huge mantle
Yeah,
to be
that's-
thrown at you.
They were like, "Oh, this character could be the next John Cena for the kids," and
And her debut was built for a year? And just
yeah,
kept getting
And
pushed back
they
and
kept
pushed
building
back.
it up and building it up,
And then they kind of shot their load with the random tag match
yeah,
in the middle of the
that they
summer.
shouldn't have done.
for no reason.
And then, of course, it came out hell over September, October, that Bayley is the one that Vince likes as a babyface character. And he's let it be known that he wants her to be the babyface women's superstar, not Sasha. Because Sasha, well, let's be honest, would be a much better heel anyway.
Absolutely.
But
Team Blue.
so check this out. Wouldn't you be also really stressed and have pressure on you when the boss is saying that?
You're the anointed one.
I expect you to be
Yeah.
the big baby face star of the women's division.
No pressure here, but you need to carry the division going forward as the top babyface.
Well, no pressure, but you've just seen two women break glass ceilings in the women's division for the last 4 months. Live up to it.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Follow it.
shit.
That's a tough position.
You just
So,
saw those two women have a Hell in a Cell match and do a lot better than a lot of men have done in Hell in a Cell matches.
I will be honest and say the match was not good. But I will also say I'm going to cut her some slack for the situation.
So is that on Charlotte then for not pulling a better match?
Yes, some of it is. Because this match was not good. And Charlotte should be, in the position they've put her in, she should be good enough to at least mask it better.
But see, I wouldn't even say Charlotte's come that far, though. Because let's remember where Charlotte was a year ago.
Terrible.
Charlotte wasn't that good a year
Terrible.
ago.
Yeah.
She was about what Bayley is now.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest. Her start of the year last year with Natty was garbage.
Terrible.
It was so bad. It's when Sasha came in, someone she's worked with before and worked up.
People always bring up the natty ones. Remember the Page matches?
Oh, God.
Not good. Not good.
All the triple threat stuff they did, too,
Yeah.
to start the women's revolution were awful.
So here's what I'm thinking. Charlotte just needed a year. She found her niche. That's what Bayley needs. This is 5 months in.
Exactly. It needs time to grow. She needs to find that spark.
There is a difference between wrestling for 200 people in Ocala, Florida, and 50,000 people at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Absolutely.
a bit.
Huge difference.
I mean, even a takeover at Brooklyn
Yeah.
isn't what the Rumble is. I mean, because it's also a mental factor.
Yeah.
You honestly get in your own head going, I'm about to be in the women's title match at the Royal Rumble. And especially for someone who's been such a fan, it's going to be so much more built up in her head.
Let's also not forget the other factor. Oh, by the way, you guys are opening the show.
Yeah, you're the curtain jerker.
There is an expectation for the show opener to be really good, to get the show on the right note, and to dictate how the rest of the show is going to go.
But that also leads me to be a little concerned when it comes to WrestleMania. Because, okay, you just had the pressure of the Royal Rumble. Then there's WrestleMania.
True, but adding the other two is going to help.
Yeah, it will help. But there, you can see where there would be a line of concern there.
Oh, no, I get it.
I think it'll work out in the wash. I have enough faith in the performers that they're going to be able to rise this up to the occasion. But I don't know. From what we saw tonight, it's a tough road to hell.
I think Triple H needs to do with Bayley what he did to Hideo Itami.
Mm-hmm.
Just pull her aside and say, look, be you. Don't go out there and try to force this. Go out and do you.
Well, it's crazy because she was
It'll work.
so good at the end of her NXT run. Like, she
Right.
built such a great character at the end of that, and now it feels like it's reverted almost a year.
Yeah, a little bit. But hopefully going forward, we can see that blossom into something much better than what we're getting now.
And let's
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest, we're just holding the women's division to an actual standard now. If this
Yeah.
was 3 years ago, better than anything the women have ever done.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Charlotte won.
Oh yeah, she had natural selection on the apron.
Stop
we're
doing
waiting for
things
three.
on the ring apron.
Well, the ring apron's the hardest part of the mat.
Never heard that. It's good
God
to know.
damn, is that like the third time you've said that this podcast?
That would be the running gag, Corey.
No
Wait
one knows.
for it. It'll come back
I
up again, I'm
barely
sure.
listened to Joe. Okay.
You're so mean to him tonight.
Let's go ahead and get to our next match. Universal title on the line.
By the way, everyone had Charlotte.
Fuck you, man. You're on steroids.
What is going on over there?
Production meeting over.
Don't worry about it.
We're in the middle of a show.
Production meeting.
Universal title. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they put the Universal title second.
We should have seen what was happening coming.
Chris Jericho suspended high above the ring in the shark cage.
That's a sexy pinata.
Hey,
But
get it
kind of-
right.
Oh.
A very
But
sexy
kind of it though.
pinata.
He didn't really factor it in anything.
He really
really?
did. He
He
really
was
did.
just kind of an act like
He dropped some knucks that
He
didn't
was-
even mean
at the beginning of the
anything.
match they went away from the ring.
Yeah.
He was the cloud of Jericho. And I'm floating in, man.
Things we learned in this match. Kevin Owens likes building things.
Yes, he does.
He built this monstrosity of chairs on the outside.
He built a pyramid of chairs.
That was absolutely beautiful. He even took a second once he finished putting the last one on top to kind of go back like, I am a fucking genius.
Okay,
He drank it in, man.
low key, my favorite part of this match was Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns kind of got his shit back together and took a look over and realized, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then realized, hey, I could maybe use that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
great.
one. Roman, as I said while we were watching this match, is great if he has a tag team where he doesn't have to do the majority of lifting and can just be in there for sweet one-liners because he delivers great one-liners.
And the match itself, well, we were kind of nonplussed by the start of it.
God, the start was rough.
It did start really picking up pace there in the second half.
I mean, it's kind of why they made it a no DQ match, isn't it? Because if
Yeah.
it hadn't been, it would have been bad.
It would have been their last match. It was more boring.
Sometimes you need the extra accoutrements.
I'll say you had some kind of rough bumps there with the bullfrog splash through the table.
Well, apparently they
The
were
outside.
fine with trying to kill each other to have a good match.
Yeah.
There was some stiffness in some of those
KO
shots.
overjumped that bullfrog a little bit.
It's kind of funny that Roman matches needs to be no DQ. Like look at the AJ match, no DQ, and that was like one of your top matches
I
in
loved it.
2016.
Well, I mean,
Loved it.
the man has an 8 move set, so they need something to spice it up a little.
This is true. Though the power bomb through the table on the outside was very nice.
The power, oh god, the Samoan drop through the table in the ring was vicious.
That was...
the chair.
He ate,
Oh, yeah, it was through the chair, yeah.
he ate all ass on it.
The Nux coming into play with the Superman punch.
Hilarious.
And that's the only time Jericho is involved.
I completely assumed that he was going to drop the U.S. title through the cage because he had it on during the entire time.
Well, who knew that there was a third man?
Yeah.
I kind of guessed it when they made it no DQ. I'm like, well, someone else is going to run in, right? But I didn't see that coming.
Yes, as the most over man in all of San Antonio that night was Braun Strowman. Runs out and absolutely murders Roman Reigns with the choke slam through the table, but the table didn't
You
break.
mean through? You mean just on top of the corner?
Yeah.
With the monitor still on it.
Joe, would you say the corner of the table is the strongest part of the table?
I believe so.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
But because of the interference,
He says that a lot.
Kevin Owens wins. Kevin Owens gets to retain his title. Jericho no longer is a sexy pinata.
Still not clean. Once again, get it right. A very sexy pinata.
And the crowd is thanking Braun Strowman for saving the show all of a sudden.
Man. KO's still not one clean. Once.
They thought they were done with Roman for the night. Poor bastards.
Corey called it last night.
Oh, we'll get into Corey's call eventually.
Oh.
But before that, we have to get to a very long video segment.
Joe's doing some fanfic.
I had to get to a very long video segment. We thought they were going to go through all 30 facts at one time. Luckily, they cut it in 2.
Was this a half hour? All things put together?
Probably.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Then we're back in the general manager's office. Foley, Steph, Shane, Daniel.
Because that's what I want to see.
And they have the tumbler with gigantor plastic eggs.
Because you got to get that ball joke in there.
I know.
And the one person coming in to pick their number is Sami Zayn.
Because he's a doofus.
And
He forgot to bring his handler.
I guess they can't get the thing to spin enough, I guess, for his taste. Then they're having to fix it because the door was always at the bottom. And if they open the door there, everything's just going to spill out. Then he goes in and he's like, wait, I got to find the right ball. And Daniel's like, pick a ball!
I honestly thought Steph was going to go, oh, I already have it right here, and it gives him its number 1.
That would have been hysterical.
And then Dean Ambrose came in cosplaying me in everyday life.
Because he's like, wait, is this not where the churros are?
I was looking for a churro. He gets in, he just picks a ball. He's like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Wake me up when my music hits.
Do you want me to open your ball for you? It's like, yeah, would you, man? It's like, really? Fuck it. It's number 8. Wait, I had it upside down. It's number 8.
I lolled.
Lol.
Wait, you gonna open up yours?
I like Dean
where
Ambrose's
the-
delivery in promos.
What's funny was that he was on the pre-show doing the stupid backstage segment, like the Ask Twitter thing. So bad!
He is not made for social media.
He's
No.
not charismatic
No, he's
at all.
not.
I followed him on Twitter when I first got Twitter.
He's the one guy who should never be himself. He should always have a character.
His very first tweet was, "They're making me do this."
Oh yeah, I remember
That's
that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's enough time for us to have changed everything to purple. As we get the Cruiserweight title match.
Because, of course.
Swan versus Neville.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If a cruiserweight title match happens in the middle of a pay-per-view with 50,000 people there, but nobody's watching, did it actually happen?
There's a very good question about that.
Dude, that's deep.
Right?
I apologize. I've actually been behind a little bit. Everybody picked the Queen, so nobody lost face there.
Didn't I say that after the match?
Yeah.
Did you?
Thank
You
you.
did. Yeah.
Did you say the one for Owen and Rowan?
No, we didn't talk about that one.
So, only one person picked Roman, and therefore picked incorrectly.
That guy.
That
Corey
was
Mack.
Corey!
I worked myself into a shoot again, brothers. Here's what happened.
I mean, Jeff, you did switch before the pay-per-view.
I did. I came to my better senses about an hour and a half before the pay-per-view, so...
What happened was I spent a little too much time writing some primo fanfic last night. And I started double guessing everything.
So,
Yikes.
get to the Cruiserweight title match. the king of the cruiserweights, Rich Swann with some spiffy new tights,
I liked it.
Neville with the new Tron.
which was perfect.
Epic. It kind of gave away that he was going to win, right? That he got the king of the cruiserweights Tron right before the match.
Yeah.
I think it was fairly obvious going
Yeah, I'm about to
in.
say. And
I think it was fairly obvious when he, like, after week 1 of him being heel, everyone going, I like this new Neville. I'm like, yeah, he's going to win.
He also got to travel to the UK.
Yeah.
the match is actually really damn good.
That's a good match.
I liked it, but the crowd didn't.
Yeah, the crowd kind of shat on this
The
one.
more I think about it, though, I think I liked the match against Cedric earlier in the week more.
Ooh, that's actually
Outside of, I mean, the ending for this match was better than the ending for that match, but the match altogether, I like the Cedric match better.
I can see where you would go with that. I definitely wouldn't have any problems with that at all.
Says the guy that didn't watch that match.
You didn't watch that match.
I'm just so used to
Says
not
the
watching.
man who didn't watch
I'm
the
just so used to him not watching any weekly television.
You're not wrong.
This is true. But in the end, we do crown the new king of the cruiserweights.
Good job. Better than DIY.
DUI, got it.
Neville does win.
Stop watching the pivot on
That wasn't that wasn't involuntary. Like I wasn't paying attention. I just saw my enemy.
There was I love Neville's finisher. That submission hold is.
The Rings of Saturn?
Yeah.
He has like 17 finishers as this character.
That's yeah, right. But this is like a more vicious rings. This is like if Perry Saturn was into like
Gave a shit.
yeah, that's like, yeah.
That's actually a very good point.
If he wasn't fucking crazy. and
What
losing his-
Saturn does to that jobber on Sunday Night Heat?
Oh fuck yeah!
Hey guys, Perry Saturn's fallen on hard times, okay?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
He's got dementia and shit like that because ECW.
WWE. Their fault.
ECW.
Yeah.
Well, at least nobody picked Swan. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I didn't work myself into another shoot, did I?
No.
Can Ben handle this? Can she handle this? Don't
The
think so.
producer really, really likes faces.
Hashtag fuck faces.
Let that one sit out
I
there.
stand by what that means in all connotations.
Fuck faces.
Fuck face.
I stand in front
I
of
get
that.
it! I get it,
I
guys.
received that remark.
Joe, why don't you explain to me what you get? We'll do it off air.
Is that the
Okay.
hardest part of the body?
Boom with the goddamn joke. I like it.
Oh, fucking brilliant.
So what you do now...
Joe, after. I'll explain the birds and the bees after.
Sweet.
Because we have to get to. I'm not even going to front on this one. This is the best match of the night.
Yes.
AJ Styles, John Cena, WWE Championship. Fucking great match.
Oh yeah.
What did
Really
I
good.
say last week? Because lol, Roman isn't winning. Lol, someone has to win.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Insider for being wrong about Cena being injured.
Cena's
and
injured, he's gonna
half-assing
half-ass it, yeah.
Thank God he brought it.
Yeah, your little insider
He's little.
is an idiot.
Wait, no, that's just right.
That being said, they did a great job this match. These guys just know how to work.
But here's
perfectly
where,
together.
here's
I mean,
where
it's
I
two of the
worked,
best workers in the business over the last
here's
decade.
where I worked myself into another shoot.
You didn't think they were stupid enough to make AJ lose?
No, I didn't think they were stupid enough to blow a 16th title reign
In 2
right
weeks?
here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I can definitely understand. That's kind of why I agreed with you on the
I
pick.
underestimated their stupidity.
That's why, though, lol, Cena wins.
But I'll say, it did take 4
4 A's.
Plus 1 Super A.
and plus a Super AA.
Yeah.
And an STF.
Yeah. Which,
And a figure 4 leg lock.
I did like the fact that he was taught how to properly do an STF in this match by
That was
AJ.
nice.
I will make what could be a controversial decision in this room.
Do I
But
need
I-
to get the allegedly button ready?
You do. I mean, yeah. I do think that AJ has taken over for Punk and Edge as my all-time favorite Cena opponent.
I
I don't think that.
don't think that's a
just
controversial
true. That's
statement
just
at all.
true. I mean, also
Those feuds were
AJ's better than
Oh.
both of them.
That's true.
It's just
Question.
all 3 of these matches have been so damn good.
Which one was the hardest part of the apron?
No, you killed it. You've done what you always do with a joke.
You jumped
You
the
took it too
shark.
far.
Did I jump to conclusions?
If there's
No, that's not it. It's not jump to.
Do you finish each other's sandwiches?
If there's one thing Joe's good at, it's running a joke straight into the ground.
I got a couple more apron jokes coming up, so don't worry about
So
it.
Corey, to piggyback off of what you just said, I'm gonna say this. This was John Cena's third greatest title match at a Royal Rumble.
There's a lot of quantifiers.
Wow.
I would have to go back and watch the triple threat. I don't think this was as good as the Umaga one, but I'd have to go rewatch the
I
Rollins.
really
Lesnar.
fucking love that triple.
Well, I mean, I really loved it too, but I'd have to go back and
No.
like.
So I guess my question to you though is: have any of the AJ Styles matches been better than the Punk Money in the Bank match?
See, that's impossible. I mean,
That match is fucking epic.
in ring, yes.
But story.
Overall moment, no. Nothing is gonna touch that night in
You
Chicago.
know what could have been? Cena winning his 16th title at WrestleMania.
Hey, that makes all the sense in the world. And that's where I worked myself into a third shoot job, brothers.
But no, again, absolutely great match. But fuck, why?
Man,
Plus, oh sorry.
no, go ahead.
Plus, I thought, hey, for what they want to do with AJ at Mania, it makes more sense for him to win here and then lose in the chamber match, which he was pissed off with Shane that he had to be in the first place. So I thought, oh, those two things together, AJ will win.
So that I guess he just keeps him out of the match. Then is that the way they build that to that?
I have no idea. Because good luck making me try to care. I mean, my favorite wrestler is in the match, so I'll find a way to give a shit. But, I mean,
The only thing I thought is it's going to be AJ versus Shane, but Shane doesn't wrestle? And maybe he picks an opponent for AJ? And it's Samoa Joe? Maybe? Hopefully?
that could be good. Or we're going to get Shane trying to kill himself
Again.
for 35 minutes, and AJ's got to try to do a match around that.
That won't be
Which
good.
we saw last year Taker couldn't do.
Well, Taker's old.
Yeah, true. And
Ooh.
it hasn't been missing some meals.
That is very
Barely
true.
Michelle
There's only
Cook.
so much you can do after hip surgery.
It was more like the dead man they call Vader tonight.
Oh,
I went there.
That's almost true.
I'm going to say no steroids for Undertaker. I'm on a limb here. No steroids.
maybe some bovine growth
Allegedly?
hormone through eating too many steaks, but that's about it. But with that being said, let's get into the Rumble match itself.
Hey! One person picked Cena.
Oh crap! Somebody picked Cena.
Man!
That's right. Lol, Cena wins.
Lol.
Now let's get to the Rumble. The match that we all look forward to every year. Not that it's going to be good every year, but hey, it's fun.
Please don't assume I look forward to the Rumble every year.
I do,
do.
damn it. No, I do.
Not the last 2 years.
I still looked forward to the Rumble
I
match.
liked last year's.
You knew it was always going there, though.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what was going to happen.
But this is like we said last week. This is one of the first times you don't know who's going to be winning until Corey spoils it. For
I
us.
assumed Corey, except well, Corey knew. Corey nailed it. But even then, I assumed it going into it. I'm like, oh, after everything that happened, they're gonna do this, and then they didn't do that.
So Rumble match. All of us had our individual picks
Yep.
Why
going
too
into this. Somebody changed theirs at the last minute.
Friday.
Yeah.
Have we told him?
Oh yeah, we came up with a rule.
Yeah.
You can't switch things not on podcasts.
Sorry, bro.
No.
Nah, I'm kidding. That's a
Good
stupid
luck.
rule.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
So officially now, Brown Snowman no longer having a home.
Brown Snowman?
Brown.
Was that the name I heard?
He's still in it from
I'm still in that from What Culture.
All right.
I'll admit to that one. No, but Braun, you got rid of the Braun pick.
Yes, I did.
Brought in Randy Orton.
Yep.
What a stupid pick. There's no way Orton.
Dumb.
Fucking what a moron.
And I'm the dumb, huh?
All right, well.
Of course, we get Big Cass coming out first so they can get the whole...
17-minute promo from...
Producers then completely agree with me. They legitimately said at one point that 1 and 2 was going to be Goldberg and Brock.
I don't remember that ever.
I do not remember.
They are lying cunts. They lied about the picks from Survivor Series.
And
They
they're
lied about-
taking steroids.
Allegedly! So, I mean, who did you have come out to face him right off the bat? Y2J Chris Jericho.
The guy who made history.
So, Ricky, your guy's out there at 2. How do you feel?
Not great.
He made history.
It doesn't help me win.
But he made history.
The match, again, this is a fun Rumble match, actually, for the long part of it.
It was
You mean long walkway.
It was for 29 competitors, living up to be one of the best Rumble matches ever.
You had Braun looking really strong early on.
I thought he was going to go for the record.
So, remember earlier I said that Bray got carted to the ring? Mark Henry got carted, Big E got carted, Big Show got carted, and
So-
Braun got carted. So all your big men
that's-
got carted to the
So
ring
that's why we didn't see any of their...
while
roundabouts.
everybody else ran to the ring.
That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. Especially with how low all the rundowns were.
One of the best spots of the Rumble early on had to be Gallagher
Oh,
with the umbrella.
William the Fourth, third, second.
Oh, that was freaking
the
epic.
float jump from the top rope was just hilarious.
Where when he comes up and was it Jericho that he crotches and starts spinning it and walks away?
Yeah, that was cool. Braun was like fucking on fire.
He eliminated 5 or 6.
But like
5.
4, like the first minute and a half he was there.
I think it didn't... Maybe it did get to 6. It's
He got
5
the
or
diesel
6.
push.
It was 5 or 6.
Of course, he came out at 7, clean house, so you could have Sammy come out at 8.
Boo.
They have their face off, but didn't get eliminated right away. He actually got a pretty long run in this.
It was good. They built a lot of people very well in this Rumble.
Then Ellsworth came out at 11.
And then died.
Whoa, really? You're going to skip straight to 11?
Well, we've actually skipped quite a bit. Oh, I forgot about 10. Sorry. They actually did it.
10!
I can't believe they actually did it.
I mean,
In retrospect, I'm
Are you kind of mad they did? 'Cause they
yeah.
kinda-
I am.
I'm way more upset about way more people that came in than that.
I'm mad that Dillinger, because he's going to go on to SmackDown or Raw. He's going to have his 10 minutes of fame, and then he's going to be Damien Sandow, and they're going to
He's
put him
gonna
underneath the rug.
be he's gonna be with Apollo Crews
Yep.
and Breezango and all
Kurt-
those guys you
Kurzon,
never
yeah.
see
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
I have more belief in him than you guys do.
Oh no, it's not in him. It's the
It's in the writing staff
Writing
and the
staff.
But I
book.
think on SmackDown there's more of a chance that he does more. I think there's more there. It'll be I'm not basing that on anything, but I think there might be more there.
Honestly, my hope is that he came in to do this spot and is going directly back down to NXT.
I hope.
I mean, he could do the same as Zayn from last
yeah,
year.
but and also because I was like, really, that's the only guy they put in here. Like, where's Joe? They
I'm right here.
need not you.
No.
but they need to use Samoa Joe while they can on the main roster.
Yeah, I don't
And
get...
the fact that he wasn't here, again, surprised, I think, everybody in the room.
Because we entered Sunday with 22 names
Well,
confirmed.
I mean, it looks like he got bumped for another Samoan. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you just had to fucking get Enzo out there at 27.
Can we talk about 11?
So Ellsworth comes out at 11 and doesn't go into the ring, obviously.
Plays off the storyline.
Yeah.
Because Braun's just looking at him.
Just
like, I'm
always
gonna
runs
kill
into
you.
Braun.
I'm going to kill you.
And then-
Ambrose comes out at 12.
Which again plays up the storyline.
And he's like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this together. We're going to go in there all 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. James gets in. Dean's
What an
like,
idiot.
fuck this shit.
what an idiot.
And then Braun kills him dead.
Like, legit, he picks up Ellsworth and, like, tosses him,
Oh, he chokeslams him.
chokeslam
chokes
to
him.
the outside.
And it almost looks like Ellsworth is going to be a dipshit and lean so far back that he's going to land on his head.
He almost, I don't know.
Instead, he just landed on his fucking tailbone.
Like I said to you guys earlier, I can't wait for the memes of him being thrown into the cave or hole or something. You just see him vanish.
For a man who has wrestled for so much of his life, he runs a Fed. The man doesn't know how to take a bump.
No, he's terrible.
You try taking that side bump on him.
He's terrible, but
He almost died doing a freaking Styles Clash.
Cena almost did tonight too.
Luckily, the Rumble picks up at number 13 when my guy.
I'll say, you finally get Corbin Braun.
That's not your guy. That's
Not to win
Ben's
the
guy.
match, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's my dude. I've been repping Baron Corbin.
Please don't take that just on yourself. I too have been repping Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I give you that.
Thank you.
Anyways, we get the showdown spot.
Shut your fucking mouth.
And
you're on
it's-
steroids.
Immediately...
No, you're not.
That's
It's immediately...
No.
no.
It's immediately spoiled because everybody jumps them before they can actually do anything. Braun takes like 4 elbows in the corner, a hell of a kick, and then gets clotheslined over the top by Corbin.
With authority.
With authority.
The crowd went nuts for that.
Yes.
That was a
I was
really
ready for
fun
that.
spot.
So that's like WrestleMania in 3 years?
Could be. Play it right.
But I'll say, we go through some more people
I
here.
have
We
no
got
idea who's a face
Miz.
in that situation.
It would have to be Braun, right?
Brawr!
Let's hope so.
I can't see a world where Corbin's a babyface.
It wouldn't work well. He's just too much of a douchebag in real life.
Right?
Here we get Miz, we get Sheamus, we get Big E. Against Rusev with the broken nose.
Okay, Miz, I think, literally ate someone's move every time they entered a match. That man was the fucking beat-up doll tonight for some reason.
To be honest with you, I kind of, and I was, while watching, I was kind of thinking this, I might want to call Miz my MVP of the Rumble.
He did really good.
Took a lot of work.
Got literally no offense himself, but
He ate everyone's shit.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck did he do to get this?
Someone who didn't have any offense was Jericho. He came in at 2, got knocked out, pulled the Roman. He's sleeping the entire time. Comes back in.
Hit the Jerry Lawler
Hey,
spot.
dude,
Yeah,
he was the
long
only
spot.
one pulling double duty tonight. All right,
Oh yeah, the sexy, the very sexy pinata.
thank you. Because there's no way they'd put anyone from the earlier matches in the Rumble, because that'd just be stupid.
We go through, we finally in the 20s here. We get Bray Wyatt in at 21. He started doing some good stuff here.
They heavily backloaded this Rumble.
They did.
And that's not to say that there was tons of really good people in the early half of this Rumble.
Corey, your guy, Randy Orton comes in at 23 with his own music, not the
course.
Wyatt family music.
Which was weird.
That should have been a clue.
Sammy hit that springboard into the RKO.
That was cool.
But then after Ziggler comes in at 24.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a sweet moment of getting to say super kick a lot.
Super
But
kick.
Super kick.
As Booble said, the crowd goes,
This is very true.
Seriously though, we hated him doing that super kick thing all during Wrestle Kingdom 11, and now we can't stop.
can't stop, won't stop.
Bad boys for life.
Luke Harper comes in at 25. Were we going to finally get the Wyatt family back all on the same page?
Look like it.
No, because
No.
get distance clothesline to Wyatt. It looks like Luke Harper's going to hit Sister Abigail on Wyatt, and
RKO out
then
of
takes an
nowhere.
RKO.
Out of nowhere. Because RKOs can't ever be predestined anymore. They're always out of nowhere.
26, Lesnar. Now shit starts getting real.
Oh, no.
He starts beating the shit out of, everybody. 27, we think, okay, this is, okay, the crowd's just going ape shit for Goldberg right now.
They want him.
So that's when Enzo comes out.
Well,
Ugh.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
And
At least he didn't get another promo.
thank God.
My name is Enzo Mori again.
We get it!
Still, it's Amore.
hey, Joe, what did Lesnar do to Enzo?
Dead.
Pretty much, and just tossed him aside. And then at 28, Goldberg.
And I did not see this coming.
My guy's in the match.
Again.
He gets in, spear, throws out Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar might legitimately kill Goldberg at WrestleMania.
Okay, one question to all of you. It's like yes or no.
No.
Yes.
Mania. They do the damn same thing again. Goldberg beats Lesnar in like a minute 30.
I don't think it'll
It'd
work
be
again.
hilarious because it's going to be the main event.
I think the crowd will shit on it again. They do
just,
it again.
just because of the fact that, you don't expect it for the third time in a row, but it happens again.
I sure as fuck didn't expect it the second time.
Yeah, I didn't.
This is true.
It's almost like they're not telling Brock that's going to happen. They're just sparing him out of nowhere and throwing him over the rope.
What
He
if-
looks pissed.
What if Brock hasn't re-signed? And this is just
Good.
fuck him and he's gone.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Goldberg
Well,
wins.
I told Jeff we're supposed to get him at Raw next week.
Oh, yeah.
And-
really?
Yeah,
He's advertised.
He's advertised a show, and Jeff's like, "I wish it was the other one."
I want a Goldberg. I don't want
Right.
Brock. Fuck this shit. But anyways, Corbin gets speared. Sami Zayn takes a jackhammer.
Which I thought was Zayn's upside down going,
This is
so
it.
cool!
Orton and Bray get speared at the same time.
That didn't go off well. That one didn't look great.
It looked like they were too close. Like he got off the ropes, and then like, oh shit, they're right there.
Yeah, now he's gotta
Yeah.
get down into it. Then 29, Dong. Here comes the Undertaker.
Really thought it was gonna be 30.
Every time you say dong, I think Colonel Parker's coming out.
John Henry.
Joey Ryan all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Oh, that's sweet.
But no, you think, okay, how long is it going to take Taker to get down that fucking entrance ramp?
Well, find out that he got. Oh, look, he's under the ring.
Oh yeah,
He's standing next to his wife. Come
Apparently there
on.
was a deli underneath the ring.
lights off, lights on.
Jesus, dude.
Taker's in the ring, looking like he's
Plum.
definitely not missed any meals.
Guys, he was on his ass for weeks with a fucking busted hip. What do you want from the man?
Not only did he not miss any of his own, but if you look at Michelle McCool, it looks like he ate her meals too.
Yeah, because Michelle McCool is always so bulky.
No, that's what I'm saying. She's like skin and bones.
She's always been skin and bones.
Exactly, but
Goldberg takes out Rusev here. Taker takes out Corbin. Then Taker eliminates Goldberg. So my guy's out.
I got super excited during this moment of Goldberg first Brock versus Taker at Mania. I was gonna be so excited.
You didn't talk about your line
What
when
line?
Goldberg speared Taker.
Oh yes, okay.
That was my
yeah, it's a
childhood.
great line.
Goldberg spears Taker, and literally my childhood has speared itself.
True.
I mean, this is the two guys especially during the time of the Monday Night War Stories Bill here at SoundCloud and iTunes, and going forward from there,
Makes sense. I mean,
were the guys that I was, a big fan of.
you weren't
Yeah.
a fan of Goldberg back in '92?
No,
Now we're the Falcons? Come on.
Yeah.
I was again Vikings fan. It wasn't having anything to do with the NFC South. But yeah, Taker eliminates Goldberg here. Okay, that's kind of a big deal. Wait, Taker's winning this thing? Because I mean, there's nobody that can come out at 30 that can win this
Honestly,
thing, right?
at 30, I thought it might be Balor. Like, I was like, it could be a surprise one, because I was thinking if it wasn't Taker at 30, I thought it was going to be someone like, oh shit, Joe or Balor.
I completely forgot about Balor. I never even considered him.
I thought it was going to be one of those two, and if it was one of those two,
I was like, oh,
they would have won it, in my mind.
They're giving Samoa Joe a really cool spot here. This
That
is
would have been amazing at
epic.
30.
Or Balor at 30, they were like,
And they
Cena
just go
return.
into like the straight demon
Dun,
kick.
dun. Yeah.
We should have known, really.
Dad,
For some reason,
Halfway through the match, I brought it up and I got death glares from Corey and Ricky. Like,
Yeah.
you motherfucker.
for some reason, at this point, we started having some audio difficulty.
No, it wasn't quite yet. Because you got the chance from the crowd saying, this is bullshit.
Roman Reigns at number 30.
boo galore.
They cut audio from the crowd about 5 minutes into the match because it was getting bad. I'm excited to hear the reports, to hear what everything was being said.
I have a new theory on this as I was driving to take care of some stuff. I have a new theory.
Yeah.
I think they are using Roman's negative heat in situations like this to bolster up other people and plans they have.
But I don't even think it worked in this situation. I think people are so butthurt and upset about the whole Roman thing, they don't even give a shit about what happened the rest of the match.
Well, they're pretty happy at the end of the match.
So at this point, Taker eliminates Miz and Sami Zayn. Almost eliminates Reigns. Reigns, though, turns around and eliminates The Undertaker.
And then looks at him like he's some sort of fat piece of shit.
Jesus, dude.
Jeez. So you have our final four wrestlers.
Allegedly.
Says you need to get on the juice.
Allegedly.
Reigns, Jericho, Wyatt, and Orton are your final four.
I got a chance!
So do I.
Wait, what happened to Sammy?
He's gone.
What the hell?
You don't even pay attention during our own show.
Yeah, I do.
So, Reigns eliminates Jericho.
God damn it. I'm out.
So it's got the Wyatt family versus Reigns. Oh God, they're not going to do this, are
At
they?
this point, this mood is getting bad.
Yeah.
They're setting up Sister Abigail into the RKO. Oh, thank God. They're going to just own him and get him out of there.
this
Oh
point-
God, he reversed it. He's kicked Bray out.
At
Oh,
this
God.
point, as Taz would say, the mood was about to change.
Even
Yeah.
you were worried at this point.
I was like,
I
fuck
honestly,
Roman
I
Reigns.
would have wanted the Bray Randy stare down to see who wins this. Wins.
It would have been cooler.
I just wanted anybody but Roman Reigns in the ring.
Yeah, well, then Bray gets eliminated. It's down to RKO.
Bray doesn't even get a good elimination. It's just like a weird whip over the top rope.
Yeah.
Gone. It was bullshit.
I'm willing my arms. Throw me over.
But he turns around, RKO. wobbles back to the far side rope so he can get clotheslined over the top. Your winner, Randall Keith Orton.
Oh, thank God.
That's right, motherfuckers.
Wait, why?
You picked Braun.
Yeah, you picked Braun.
No, sorry.
And at this point, I actually had to get down and start praising Corey because everything he pontificated and projected last night came to pass.
And all because I watched SmackDown Friday.
And you just sort of like, it dawned on you.
It did. Like everything clicked. I was like, "Oh shit! I know what they're doing."
Well, because
And as soon as I said that, I texted.
Yeah, in our group text, he's like, I know who's winning after watching Raw and SmackDown. I'm like, don't spoil it. I haven't read any spoilers. I'm like, no. Don't tell us it. And then yesterday, Rick goes, hey, I need your picks for these matches. And then he goes through it all, and at the end, he goes, Randy Orton Rumble. I'm like, you fucker. I said, no spoilers.
I didn't even think of that. Like, I wasn't doing it to be a dick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need to get my picks. There.
Yeah, and I saw Randy. I'm like, fuck you. And one thing is because I try to stay away from the sheets all week.
Yeah.
And like the last thing I saw was like, Randy's now the betting favorite to win. I was like, because every day this whole week it was Goldberg one day, Taker one day, Brock.
So like I didn't.
And then Randy was like the last day. I was like, okay, Randy, sure, it's gonna change tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you send the texting Randy. I'm like, fuck.
Low key, how big of a degenerate do you have to be to bet on wrestling?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, and usually you and me have a long-standing tradition. The week of the Rumble,
Yeah.
we steer. And I didn't. I didn't look at anything all week.
I stayed away. It's
I'll be
just-
honest, I was on the sheets all week. They didn't know shit.
Yeah.
I stayed away, but it's just like the betting odds were these guys every day, and then like Saturday, it was the last one was Randy is favored to win the Rumble. I'm like, okay, it's been changing all week, and then you send the text out, and it's like, damn it.
So, Corey, go ahead and pontificate. Where is this all going?
I can break down exactly when I was watching and I figured it out. So I knew AJ and Shane was happening at Mania.
Boo.
And I had heard from various places and sources.
Was it from Joe's guy?
No.
Damn.
That both
Make my insider reliable, man.
that both Cena and Roman were not going to be in title matches at Mania. So I knew, okay, so I think I have a pretty idea who Cena's working. So he's not going to win. That's why I really thought AJ was winning, because I'm like, Cena's
Wait,
not
so who's Cena working?
Corbin.
I'll be okay with that.
Corbin better win. Corbin's not gonna win.
No, he's not going to win. But that's what they're going. So I was like, okay, so Cena's not going to have it, AJ's not going to have it. And after the whole Wyatt thing, I was like, oh, Randy and Bray. That's because I was thinking who left on SmackDown could have the title match that makes sense. Because Dean is already burnt out as the champ. Miz, they're not going to go to yet. And I was like, oh, it's Randy and Bray. And as soon as I thought those two were in the title match, I was like, oh, Randy's winning the Rumble. Because the story is he's going to outsmart Bray at the end. This was all a long con. And he gets the title. That's my thoughts.
Boo.
But one thing I brought up while you were gone is, so in 2 weeks Elimination Chamber, so that means Bray wins the title in the Chamber.
I guess.
But would that just add to the shitting on Bray if he loses it at Mania? Because how, we've been talking for years how Bray hasn't had his moments until Survivor Series of last year.
Yeah.
He finally won a match. And then he has the title for 2 months, and then he's like, sorry, you lose it to Randy?
It'd be 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
They could always go with Bray winning, but I mean, I always thought the end game of this feud was Orton getting the upper hand, so it would make sense.
I guess
I
you
think
backdooring to AJ Orton over the summer.
Yeah.
Or you can do that, or my idea would be that you give Bray the rub at Mania, but you have Randy screw him out of the title at the next pay-per-view.
But that's not till May for them.
Oh, okay.
So does that mean AJ's going face and Shane's going heel? Because
Oh, no,
there was the
it's
talk
not.
of AJ going face.
It'll happen eventually, but no, Shane will be the babyface in that. and plus, with hearing and then I knew it was Roman and Taker, because Roman wasn't going to be in the title match. And I was like, well, then who's he working? Oh, Taker.
Oh,
That's
the
that's
house
been
show
the-
commercial
for a couple
spoiled
weeks.
Right. And then
Universal title, because they said at the house show you got the Universal Champion Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
And then today I happened to look at the Fastlane Just I clicked on a Fastlane thing, not thinking about it.
Like clickbait kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the plan is for Kevin Owens and Goldberg for the title at
And
Fastlane.
Goldberg will win.
I think Goldberg will probably win.
And then it's
go
Brock
on.
Goldberg at Mania.
And then it's Brock Goldberg for the title at Mania, and it's Owens and Jericho doing their dissolution at Mania. And then once again, Sami Zayn is nowhere.
God
on the
damn
Mania
it.
thing.
The U.S.
Well-
title 6-man ladder match.
No, I mean, Balor's got to wrestle someone potentially at Mania.
So through process of elimination,
Balor versus Zayn.
I'm sure they might change something up, but that's kind of where I'm thinking Mania is going to look like. And that's a much better Red Mania than last year.
Oh,
So
very much so.
Hopefully they sneak a UK title match in there.
yeah, hey,
But we have now our road set towards WrestleMania. 2 weeks till Elimination Chamber. So we'll have a lot of stuff to look forward to here down the road.
On our build to Mania, I agree with you now that the NXT title should be at Mania.
yeah.
I agree with you on that now.
So, Mr. Booble, what did you think of being here on the No Cell podcast this week?
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Are we bigger assholes in real life than we are on the podcast?
Well, he knew that.
Yeah, that's not a shock.
That's what we're gunning for, anyways.
That being said, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to here going forward to the new week. We got the No Cell, we got Monday Night War Stories this week. We're gonna go home show before War Games, Fall Brawl. And what the hell are they doing on Raw? If you think it's bad now, you should watch it in '96.
It wasn't bad this week. It was good. Not 96, but in real life it was.
Corey,
Yo,
anything you want to add?
yeah, we're going to, besides the Monday Night War Stories this week, we're dusting something out of the mothballs. The Retro Review Time Machine
Oh, Retro Review Machine.
is making a comeback.
Doesn't it have the favorite tune of one producer's then?
Yeah.
So, more Saturday night's main event.
Yes, we're going to
Yep.
handle some Saturday Night's Main Event.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yep.
But we're going into late 86, early 87, so we're creeping towards WrestleMania 3, and it's a much different Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh,
than
thank
the
goodness.
So we got a lot of that to look forward to. Then, Mr. Lessel,
Yo.
you are the man in charge of the episode numbering.
I'm not. Producer Zen is. She goofed it.
Okay, she
but
goofed it. Is that what
We
we're
had a
gonna go
production error on the last cue. We thought we were going on our number 9th movie, but for this upcoming, but we're actually going to number 8.
Counting's hard.
It really is. So
Haven't you
instead of doing a Keanu Reeves movie, we're going to do
done
a
episodes in that?
I think that they're in like their cycle of 10.
every 9th.
They
Every
do
number
a-
9 movie,
they
so
do a cycle.
9, 19, 29, 39, we do a Keanu film. So
Oh.
so Joel tells, or I'm told, we're going into movie 39.
I thought they were saying they've done like 8 or 9 of them. I thought they've done way more.
No, we've done more, way more.
Once again, counting
They told me we're going into 39 before the
Yeah.
show, so obviously I put over that we're going into our Keanu film. Unfortunately, next week is 38.
Yeah.
I was given misinformation.
So instead of doing a Keanu movie, we're doing a Chuck Norris movie.
Oh, yes.
We
okay.
are doing Sidekicks.
Nice.
Is that the one with the kids?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
A movie I remember looking
I loved it when I
as
was
a kid.
little.
It did not age well.
Every single week, I'm more and more happy I'm not on that show.
Right? I love the pics.
Well, if you want to watch it, it's on. We found it on YouTube, so that's how we're
In its
watching it.
entirety.
We're not spending the $45 for the Blu-ray or DVD on Amazon.
Can't say as I blame you on that one.
So that's this week. Then we'll do 47 Ronin the week after that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sweet.
And
Really?
Then
Nice.
the week after that, the number 40 pick, which we'll get to here later on.
You just got cut off.
Oh, I don't want to.
I mean, we've already told everybody what it is, but
Then
Yeah.
what is it? I want to
No,
know.
we haven't.
I think we've spoiled it
No.
like 3 weeks
Is it the
ago on
Muppets
Q.
Take
No.
Manhattan?
Ooh, we should have that
We
one.
have not spoiled it yet.
Pretty sure we spoiled
No
it.
one listens to these things anyways.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I do.
There they do. Mr. Booble does.
Right.
No, I learned earlier that Evansville, Indiana.
And they listen to it on SoundCloud. They can listen to it on YouTube, and they can listen to it on iTunes, where you can rate, subscribe, follow, like, subscribe, tell everyone you know.
Didn't you say subscribe already?
Hey, if it gets him to fucking subscribe, I'll say it as many times as possible.
That's true.
I'll say it 16 times. I'll have to like certain somebody did on Twitter.
Although I think we are about to hit like 3,000 views.
We passed it with Indiana.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Indiana.
Sure, it took us 3,000 episodes, but whatever.
And you can also find all of those episodes on the new NoCellEntertainment.com.
What is that?
NoCellEntertainment.com.
Can I find that on my web phone?
You mean at NoCellEntertainment.com? Yes, there is a mobile version of NoCellEntertainment.com.
Fantastic.
And there's a photo of Jeff on there. So
I just want to throw out that because Evansville, Indiana has shown great appreciation, later this spring I will be doing a Greasy Love in Indiana roll-through at Fine State, where I will be doing whatever needs to be done to show my appreciation.
I was wondering when we were going to get to your tour.
Yeah.
You'll probably be able to find information about that on NoCellEntertainment.com.
After dark.
After dark. Or on our Twitter
one
at
thing
NoCellENT.
One thing about the website, Producer Zen has put Booble's blog about us on the website. So read it.
Yes.
It's a wonderful piece to learn about the people behind No Cell. And it's
Do it.
well written. It's a really good
Do it.
Wonderfully well written.
Do it.
Piece.
I've seen better written things.
Fair enough.
It's gonna be taken off the website soon, like the White House stuff.
I got that thing about.
We're also on...
Jeff too be off the website.
Well, yeah.
I was told the website would not be part of the fascist regime.
Alternative facts.
You'll be part of the fascist regime.
We have our
You're
blogs,
fine.
but it's actually alternative facts.
All your blogs have to go through me. I have to approve everything.
Verified.
We're also on Instagram at NoCellENT, Snapchat NoCell Podcast.
I'm clearly the Bannon to Jeff's Trump.
Ooh.
How dare you?
Did either of us get a good side of that?
No.
Shit!
I'm the Canadian to this.
Corey Spicer.
No, you're Spike.
Then he's Kellyanne Cutway.
Oh man, I'm gonna op myself. Crisp and raw, here I come, buddy.
Shit!
So wait, you're gonna murder Zed?
If I have
Wait, are you
to.
team
If I have to.
Are you team murder suicide?
This just
Damn
went really dark.
Much like our Facebook page, facebook.com/NoCellENT.
Is our Facebook page dark?
Joe might have access to it.
There might be some
You never
photos
know
being
what's on
posted
there.
soon enough.
And Joe, where can they follow you on that?
Oh, on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, at the Dashing 123.
I support
This
it.
is bullshit.
Joseph Russell, the Roman Reigns of Twitter. What about the producer?
I guess that producer then.
Everybody else follows her.
I guess.
But she sucks, don't follow her.
Ricky?
I mean, at NSC_Richard, but I hate all of you, don't follow me.
Corey?
That kayfabe guy.
Jesus.
Mr.
Stop taking so many roids, you remember these things.
I was busy.
Allegedly.
I was busy thinking about my Greasy Love in Indiana trip.
That's not even allegedly, folks, that's happening.
Yes.
Mr. Rule, where can they follow you if they want to?
At MT Booble, do follow me. I love all of you.
Fucking this guy's not welcome back.
And I, of course, am on Twitter at the MacTHEMAACK.
Did you post
Is that
any
the
more
hardest
email
part of the
address? I
apron?
wasn't listening.
Okay, so they can get to us on either of them. It's contact us at NoCellEntertainment.com
Yes.
or NoCellPodcast@gmail.com. NoCellPodcast@gmail.com.
Nah, don't use that one.
Or you can just go to the contact us page at NoCellEntertainment.com.
That's the one.
Yeah, go to that one. The other one's gonna become different.
Yeah.
Obsolete!
No.
No.
You know what's not obsolete?
Delete!
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 Delete all your other favorites and only have favorited NoCellEntertainment.com.
For views on wrestling, politics,
Saved by the Bell.
Greasy Lovin'.
We're not doing a Saved by the Bell podcast.
We're
Corey
still
are.
doing the MASH one,
We're
right?
gonna do a MASH one too.
Hells yeah. From the swamp, baby. And with that
we drained
being
the
said,
Huh?
I thought we drained this one.
I don't think if you notice what's happening over there.
Yeah, he's no.
For producer Zen, for the Sheen Machine Joseph Lessel,
Dashing one.
never. For the Human Wrestling Database quarterback,
I called it, motherfuckers.
for the Savior Richard Marticelli,
Worst 30 ever.
for the Cyber Bully Booble,
Fuck Mountain View.
No one is a true face on this podcast.
For the Viper Randy Orton getting another win, I am the Onitoshi Jeff Mack. Good night.